Hola and welcome everybody to Monday Night Fire Shrike. Last week we kind of had everybody, our protagonists were all across the galaxy to some extent. And Twinkle and the crew of the Tempest were in the Marixa Republic trying to track down, information and trying to find some things out. Um, Oliver witnessed Xander be approached by a mysterious, apparently Vesk um, that didn't want to talk until Oliver walked away, and that was never explained. Uh, and then we also had uh, Xander gathering up various bits of information in the Merrick's Republic. The two of them went to have dinner with the dean. Vesa had to cover a bunch of shifts for people she let off early. Um, and she had to work hard to get all that covered. We had and the crew of and Zai was basically doing a lot of rituals and stuff. He was pretty much preparing himself for like, talk to his aunt about like the mission and various other things. And we also had Shaba, who managed to make it to Broken Rock and is looking for more crew. And she's hanging out with Zeradin. She's at the Bort's Booze and Bitches on Broken Rock. The and the Her first recruit that Zeradin had for her is a big noir named Hafis Bavros, who is a former and sometimes still current gladiator. And he seems to be one of those jovial fellows, just really sort of down for adventure. Um, but where we're going to start off here, we're going to start off with an overview of a planet. And we see just fires everywhere. We see military equipment. We see soldiers moving in mass. We see like a small a small series of mountains with some cave entrances to them. And we just see these soldiers pouring all over the place towards this mountain and whatnot. And whatever battle lines there may once have been are long since gone. And all that we see from the overhead view is this pocket where there are two figures that we at first can't quite make out, that are just fighting soldiers on all sides and look like they've been doing so for a while. And as we kind of come in, we see, like, first of all, we see Cervantic Cordrum in his Hell Knight armor with his plasma sword in one hand, lunging forward and stabbing one, and then backhanding another. And we see fighting right next to him another Hell Knight, or former Hell Knight, a very heavily armored um, Paralictor, or possibly ex-Paralictor. Bernward, why don't you give us this scene here? What's happening in this scene? 'Cause we kind of talked about this before, so
I,
I'm
I'm
letting you fill in
saying
the details.
I'm saying like maybe we're like finishing off another wave, right? As like finishing off another wave. And it looks like there's about to be a lull, and like Burnward like is firing his assault rifle or his machine gun, and like that like runs dry obviously, so like he has to draw his sword, and he like takes a big slice and cuts down a few more people, kind of just like screaming. And finally like we've lain waste to the rest of the people who are like in the room, but there's like a barricade at the far end that's been very
Well,
much pressing our attention.
you're not in a room. You're like on an open field. There
Oh,
is
okay.
the lines collapsed around you
Hmm.
hours ago. You
Yeah.
are caught behind enemy lines fighting as troops swarm around heading towards the cave. Like whatever
Oh, okay.
defense you were trying to mount for to defend the caverns has long since collapsed. That no
Yeah.
one you guys are the last two left.
Yeah. So maybe we're like back to back, and Burn Ward's just like, I'm out of ammo. I don't know how much longer we're gonna be able to hold this one.
Yeah, I think Cordrum, like, as he, thrusts his plasma sword through the chest of one soldier in all black armor, and another one is just like ripping at his helmet from behind, like he swings his elbow back up and crushes somebody's face, grabs another, soldier, and just slams his helmet into him, just busting the helmet and the face
Hmm.
behind it, and kind of like and reaches around and pulls something out of his armor and throws it at you. He goes, "Last clip." And he's like that. He's like, he says, "You think the mages and them drows can hold them?" And
Says, the
as
only
he's
thing I'm
just
thinking, yeah, I fucking jammed the mag into my fucking machine gun and start lighting up. Maybe I'm still having to hit some people up close with my sword, just like cutting huge slashes in their chests. And like slamming my fist into him as well while my shoulder mounted machine gun goes off. And I'm like, well, no real way to tell at this point. I'll be honest, I didn't think I'd be dying beside you anyway. Just like fucking swings and like lops a dude's head off.
Yeah, likewise. Where the fuck is that Tinker? He was supposed to have a surprise ready by now, like hours ago. and
Yeah.
and this is the point where like the walls are starting to close in hard. Like they've stopped running at you as individuals and now they're coming at you like shield like with a wall of shields. So it's like heavies up front and people like behind them like shooting over their shoulders and whatnot.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's like,
and stabbing
all
and whatnot.
right. Well, we both know the deal here. Asmodeus got us both on his chain once we're out of here, so let's make him fucking work for it. On the count of three, we're pushing off. And like Burnward just like fucking like detaches all of his suit's weapons. Like they just fall to the ground. And he just like whips out a shield on his other hand. It's like one, two, and then just like leaps screaming into this tide of shields.
Yeah, I think as you go high, like Cordrum goes low, but the
Yeah.
shield, but like you both manage to find yourselves directly in the thick of it. Like you are elbows and assholes everywhere, and as you're kind of like being swarmed, you're separated. Like just the
Yeah.
press and the crush separates you, which is the worst thing that can happen to you here.
Oh yeah.
And as you're like as you're feeling the pressure of this is it, this is the end, you see
Mhm.
Cordrum as he's just swinging with his sword and firing with his pistol and screaming as like a number of like these soldiers like climbing over each other go to grabbing at him, screaming and shooting and stabbing as he goes down. So like, fuck, I'll kill all of you in the afterlife. I'll kill you again. You're gonna fucking like as the bodies
Yeah.
press around him, and you hear like weapons fire. You hear like armor being pierced by high end advanced melee weaponry, and you just hear that blood curdling. You see a few more body parts fly off as you're pretty sure that Cordrum is not dying without taking more than his share with him. Um,
And you just hear like maybe he gets one good slash. You see that there's like a 2 foot embankment between him and the enemies. And he
mhm.
just like takes a deep breath and is like, "Ditto, motherfuckers! What he said!" And just like dives in as he gets like torn apart and just slashes, rips, and tears.
All right. And maybe we get like the Fire Shrike logo, and maybe we get it in like this is black metal design with like fires lighting up behind it, like it's almost in fire or what have you. And we kind of come back to a little bit. We come back to the Broken Rock, and we see it open and Broken Rock and what have you, and there is and we kind of cut to the inside of Bort's Booze and Bitches, and Zeradin and Shaba and Hafis kind of sitting around having a drink with the small entourage with them, and Zeradin's like, but I've got a couple more for you. They come as a pair. They don't like to think of themselves as a team or a duo, but I assure you they make an incredibly good combination despite their occasional bickering. And he's like, and he kind of like he kind of points over to a table where there's a game of like cannons and black holes going on, and he's like, we'll find them over there, or at least one of them. The other probably won't be far from. And he kind of stands up and he's like, would you like to meet them now or later?
Ah, let's go now. Why
All right.
wait?
Yeah, he kind of like makes his way through the crowd, and of course, as before, I mean, this is a member of the Free Captain Council, so people, at first they're kind of and then they're like, oh wait, shit, that's Captain Zeradin, and they get out of the way, and Captain Shaba and Captain Yon, and they kind of get the fuck out of the way. And you kind of come upon like the table, and on top of the table is there is a rather large orc, like on the table, or standing on the table at this point, and he's holding up a 2.5 feet tall blue four-armed alien with horn cones on the side of it, who just seems to be grinning up a shitstorm. Give me a culture check. You have culture, right?
Yes, sir.
And you can give me a life sciences too if you have it, which I'm sure you do. Awesome. And awesome. Well, the first thing of note, this is a Warlanisi. They are known for their luck. They're known, most people think that they are, a lot of spacers think that they are in and of themselves kind of lucky charms. And they sort of play on this to a certain degree. They're reckless. They have they have sort of like a reputation for being a bit reckless. And this one you've heard of. This is Ducey. He's a con artist, and he's famous for being famous. Like the wider galaxy at large just knows that he's been in the circuit and, and connected to a lot of famous people, but nobody seems to know exactly what he does. As a longtime space pirate, you know who he is. You know what the fuck his deal is. And you also know that Warlanisi also have like some telepathic abilities as well. But this guy, he's not terribly. Even other Warlanisi kind of don't necessarily like him. As a general rule, while they play off of their lucky charm bit, they tend to love games that require more skill than luck. And you know, but he doesn't. He completely gambles and takes advantage of his ability to be lucky in gambling situations. He's kind of a shit. He's kind of a shit that way. He's likable, but he's a little bit of a shit. And there's some people that have, um, and he's just kind of smiling. He's like, you probably shouldn't have done that. I mean, that's, not the greatest idea. My friend is not going to take too kindly to it. I mean, and he kind of looks over and he's like, hey, and he kind of looks over in a direction in there, and maybe there's a moment where like you're looking among the crazy aliens and stuff that make up like space piratedom, and a very odd creature. Give me a life science check for this one as well, because I'm fairly certain you'll probably pass this. But what jumps up is called a Jabubnin. And the Jabubnins, they are a race that they look very much like frogs that stand upright, except that from the torso up, they have that very frog-like appearance and what have you. But they only have one leg appendage. They have like a trunk style leg with like seven toes. And they're known to be like wanderers of the stars. Like nobody knows exactly where their home planet is. Nobody knows exactly what their original like starting point is, and the Jabubnan either don't know or won't talk about it. But basically just saying, nope, our people wander the stars. That's what we do. Um, they're also known to be able to reproduce through sort of parthenogenesis. Um, they're known for their self-determination. And this Jabubnan jumps up on the table, and he's not carrying a massive heavy weapon of any kind. But as he jumps up, I mean, he does have a pretty impressive, hand cannon on his belt and a few grenades. But he jumps up on the table and like puts his hands up, and they start to glow with black energy. And he's like, "Yep, that's not exactly the way This is gonna go down. He still owes me money, and that's the way that is." And he's just like, "Mm." And the and the Warlord and Ducey just kind of looks over and is like, you know, it's not always about the money, I mean, we've stuck together this long. Why? He's like, oh, just shut up. And he looks at And he looks at the orc, and the orc kind of is like, kind of goes, "Who the fuck are you? I don't." And he goes, "Ah, never mind." And he sort of flings Ducey to the side, who, for his part, manages to roll with it. And but before he can do it, before he can make his move, the Jabubnan like just strikes the orc right in the face with one fist and sends him flying off the table and back into the crowd. And it's like, "That's my meal ticket. And you don't bother my meal ticket." He's like, uh, and Zeradin kind of smiles and goes, "See what I mean?" And he's like, and he kind of like looks over at the orc and he goes, "You might want to take a dust off and go cool off for a while. You may have had enough tonight." And he kind of like, and he's like, "Captain Shabayan, may I introduce Ducey and Grugus?" Kind of like, and Ducey kind of picks himself up off of the ground. And well, he landed more or less on his feet. Not nearly as agile as some of the people you've seen that you've traveled with, but pretty good. And he's like, "Hey, what's up?" He's like, Captain Shabayon, Fire Shrike, I've heard of you. Boy, you guys have the worst luck. This must be your lucky day." And Grubit just kind of shakes his head in the background and he just face palms. He's like, he,
I look at Ceridan's like, these two, hey?
believe it or not, believe it or not, they're a lot more competent than they appear. This one, well, he's known for a con man, but he's got other talents you might be able to use. And well, that one you've just seen what he can do. A little bit of added extra muscle. Seems like you might need something like that these days. I mean, just because you've got diplomatic immunity doesn't mean there aren't at least half a dozen people who want to see all of you dead.
I look at him with a surprise look. A half a dozen? Oh, come on. There's more than that.
I was being kind or
Uh,
generous.
yeah. Yeah, you don't need to
He
worry about that.
kind of he's like he's like Grubus, Ducey, I think you guys might find some adventure and some pay to be found with this group. Kind of Ducey's like, "Well, I'm always good for a little bit of extra pay and some excitement. I mean, come on. Woo! Haha. Wasn't that a bit of fun? I mean, it's just the start of the evening, but what the hell?"
He's the lucky one?
You're like, lucky as the day is long. And, well, on planets where the day is long. I mean, there are other planets. And
Yeah, yeah,
Grubitz is
yeah,
like,
yeah. I flip an empty battery pack at him.
he looks at it and he goes, "I don't know that spell personally, but I know one that you might like."
Really?
He goes, "Well, let's just say you want to heat him up, I can cool him off."
Hmm. Combo attack. That would be
Uh,
interesting. Yeah, I put my hand out for the battery pack. I never even cast
yeah,
the
he,
spell.
he hands it back to her. He's like, hands it back to you. He goes, "I got a few other tricks too. The boundaries between here and there are a lot thinner than most people think, and it takes a expert to navigate such things. You know, and I pick up on things here and there."
Okay.
Zerdin's like, "He's a witch warper."
Uh, I've had a
Gruga's
little bit of experience with one.
and Gruga's here. He's one of those vanguards.
Mm.
They take the entropic energy of the universe and use it to power their ability to kick the shit out of people.
That they do.
Yes, they do. We've got sort of a weird amoeba type guy who does that, but he's with the Commodore.
If you can keep a vanguard or two around, I've seen a few on the field of battle. There's a dwarf, Dovry
On
Forge.
battery.
Yeah, battery, right? A Dovry Forge Corps, cousin of your Kolnak. She's a vanguard too. A little controversial though. And he, like,
Mhm.
and he plays he's like, and he kind of like flips out his comm and plays like a small video of like this dwarven woman who's obviously drunk and she's like doing an interview with a few other adventurers and like they're talking to what you imagine might be her captain or at least somebody else. She pipes in the background. She's like, they're like, is there anything you'd like to add of note? And she's like, elves are fucking pansies in the background.
I like her already.
um yeah, he's like effective on the battlefield though. It's like next time you see Kolnak, play him that video. I'm sure he'll
Oh, I'm
get.
sure.
I'm sure he'll give you a face palm, or you'll get a good face palm out of it. They don't exactly see eye to eye on well racial relationships. You say
So if I actually hunt her down and brought her on as crew, that would make it even more interesting.
hey, if you hunted her down and brought her on crew, you can guarantee that any orcs, half orcs, or elves, or or goblins or hobgoblins would probably not enjoy her company.
Hmm. Yeah, it's something to think about.
Very traditional in her attitudes towards other species. Mm. He's like, but I think he's like, and Ducey is more than willing and eager to like sit and drink with you and hang out. Like Grubus basically mostly follows him. He's like, um, they don't really necessarily, um, and they do seem very much like the odd couple. One's reckless and cocky. The other one is hard nosed, stubborn, and self determined. Um, so they're very much a and with Hayfist that means you've got a lot more muscle on. You've got quite a bit of decent muscle with you at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one.
So, but I think there's and I think maybe we cut away from Shaba, where you guys are drinking and talking and kind of getting a feel for each other. And we're going to cut over to Twinkle and Xander and Oliver in the Marixa Republic, on the planet of Marixa, no less.
That's me.
Yep. So you guys had a few things going on. You have a official like fundraiser, a charity event here, like in a day or two. That with the dean Salsanthalis.
Yes.
Salsanthalis. But you're also here. The library is undergoing certain renovations, so you got to wait on permission there. You also have the name that Vesa gave you for a contact here. And there's
Atomic. Yep.
Yep, Tom McFrickson. And you also found out that going to the Sansorgus system, which all clues have sort of pointed you need to go there, is restricted at the moment due to the heated up border skirmishes with the Get Around Authority.
There are
So,
potential ways to get around that.
so this is a question here of what are you guys going to do with your time? Are you going to try to meet with people, or are you going to try to, or are you going to wait for the gala, or are you going to try to gather some more additional information? What are you up to here? What do we find Twinkle and Company doing?
Um, we were trying to figure out last time if there was anybody that wasn't the captain that would be able to go to talk to Tomic, and we pretty much came to the conclusion that no, Twinkle should probably go talk to Tomic.
Does he have to
Captain,
go
if you
alone?
really want me to go, I'll go. I am more of a social creature than you are.
Well, I just fit. Never mind.
Or would you like me to accompany you as an assistant?
There you go.
Yeah, Zafura, you're
Maybe you're following. Maybe you're following Twinkle through the isekai events as you're saying things like this, and he turns around. Oh my god. You know, I thought when I was building this place that these would be my own little private haven. Then you come along.
I'm sorry, sir. If it makes you feel any better, I'm still shorter than you are.
You see a vein appear on his forehead. No.
You should probably go to the med bay and have that checked out, sir. That could be a tumor.
Oh, don't worry. When I have an aneurysm and my whole head explodes all over the wall, you'll have some explaining to do, I'm sure. Won't be my problem.
Dibs on captain.
You want to
At this
come with
point,
me
by
to talk to
seniority-
Tomic? Fine. We'll go talk to Tomic. Just
Not right now. But anyway, sir, if you'd like me to accompany you on this journey, I would gladly go. I'd feel slightly better if you'd give us like some actual positions. You mentioned something about head of intelligence on your ship, as well as security and a couple of other things. Did you want to go ahead and give those orders so it can be official?
Are you volunteering for head of intelligence? Because it sounded like you were volunteering.
I think. Well, I could do it, sir. I think that man, he's currently watching the two big basks that we have on board.
Rex Tolak.
Yeah, why can I never remember that guy's name? But anyway, the guy that was frozen for 80 years, like Captain Amaka, and would probably be better as head of intelligence. If you need someone to be sneaky, I'm just slightly less good than him.
I'll have those decisions by the end of the day. Now, come on, we have things to do.
Yes, sir. Hang on, let me change this glamour over to something pretty.
He's not even waiting for you.
Oh, no, I can do it while I walk. But suddenly, I'm in a very nice dress. It matches the color of your armor.
All right, let's see here.
I approve of this.
Okay. There are going to be... So, Oliver, you're going to get an email. Newly appointed head of bioscience. Let's see. Rex, head of intelligence. I hadn't even considered him, really. Just because he was hung up with those two, but that's not my problem right now. Let's go ahead and make Rogo.
You also-
Go ahead.
I was going to say, don't forget you also have Gaiden Losif, the half-elf engineer. I just haven't gotten her stats done.
And
So,
remind me what she's good at.
Yeah.
she's an engineer. She's a mechanic.
Well, yeah.
And
All right.
what did you say her drone was? She has a stealth drone.
I didn't say what her drone is because I didn't
Oh.
say what she. I would imagine she would probably have probably either a combat drone or a one of the aerial drones. So
Let's see.
since I haven't actually made the her stats, gotten her stats down, I don't know.
So we've got, let's see. Oliver Byrne is the head of biological science. Rogo is going to be chief of security. Rex is head of intelligence. Dyden Losif is going to be head of engineering. Xander, you are going to be head of research. Since that seems to be most of your time, if that makes sense.
Xander, keep doing what you're doing. We'll give you a title for it.
Pretty much.
We'll give you an additional title for it.
Mahala is already
HSIC, head scientist in charge.
Mahala's already got in the chief mate slot, so.
Right. I also do secretary work as well as keep records, and actually
you're basically the
quite
first
good
mate
at
we get.
killing people from 1,000 feet away.
And what I mean by you're the first mate is on day-to-day operations, you're basically in charge.
Thank you, Captain.
You keep the ship
Does
flying.
that mean I get to be a lieutenant? Or a lieutenant commander?
Maybe this is over chat because he's sending messages out with congratulations, you have been invited to,
Actually,
apply for the short list of here, or you're being handed an offer.
I thought I was walking behind you in Yusakai tunnels while we were doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
but he's not going to. He's busy. He's not going to talk to you over mouth while he's working on his pad.
Okay.
You might just turn to him and, so does this mean that, can I be like something or other? And he's going to ignore you until he's done sending emails.
Now, as far as it goes,
by
if
example,
you try to ignore me, I'm going to remember that I also have a circlet on and think into your brain.
by example, Ashira does a similar job, and she was named Chief Petty Officer for her rank.
Because I'm petty as fuck.
No, you got promoted to Chief Petty Officer.
My bitch.
You're the person that has to, you take inventory now. Haha.
Petty?
Oh, that would be Quartermaster.
Okay,
Twinkle
fine.
would probably point out.
When we go back
that...
to us, she's a quartermaster now.
I feel like
Twi-
I don't have any horses. That's a horse thing, I think. I don't know.
No, Quartermaster is literally the person who takes care of the gear as far as requisitioning, seeing where it goes to, determining who gets the. You're basically the one that would be like, if somebody needs new gear, you'd be the one that would put the requisition forms for it to either be built, or for it to be given to them as part of their loadout gear or whatever. That's what a quartermaster essentially does. On a pirate ship, they also speak with the crew.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be that bitch at the DMV. This isn't the right form. You're in the wrong line. You need to go get this form. You have to go stand in that line.
Twinkle is
Yeah.
glad that you are not on his ship.
I'm gonna be the DMV girl of the ship.
Twinkle is so glad you are not on his ship.
Vesa got promoted to head of HR because she is the head of recruiting as well.
So
Who is?
Vesa.
Give raises
going
like willy-nilly?
Boy.
If you're going to try and ask for an officer status, Twinkle is not going to. He's going to probably hold off on that, considering literally everyone except Isiki, Bazik, and Rulia. And Rulia is the pilot. I mean,
So that makes her an
everyone
automatic
is the head of
captain,
some
so-
department.
Vesa is the head of hog-like
pilot, head
reptilians.
pilot.
So everyone's basically a first lieutenant on this ship at the bare minimum, it seems. So,
Everyone gets a fucking participation trophy. Okay.
I mean, basically,
I love it.
if everyone's a
Well,
first
as we
lieutenant, no one's
stop
a first
being
lieutenant.
pirates, wait, let's try this again. As we stop being pirates and start being more of a makeshift military for a planet that no one wants to fuck with, we get real words instead of pirate words. Welcome to the military for Planet Patella.
That's good. Too bad we're not on Patella right now.
No, Captain, it's your ship. I'm
Will
sorry,
there be-
sir. I got distracted.
Esper.
But yeah, everyone's.
What would you like us to do now?
All right. Well, let's see. Xander,
Flop the deck.
Xander. Well, fuck. We'll just start delegating shit. Xander and Oliver, what do you two have that you need to work on? If not, we can give you something, but I'm assuming you guys have your own shit.
Oliver's already gotten readings of Off the Cruise, so at this point, he doesn't really have much he has going on other than personal studies, and that's whenever he has free time.
Well, what about you, Xander? Is there anything you can do around here since you're not given access to the library?
Organizing my room so the books look nice. I don't know.
All right. I guess that means we need to start.
Xander,
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, Xander, you were given a whole bunch of broken ass pieces of information from Agent Tourmaline. Like, none of it seemed to be in any particular order, and some of it didn't make involved words you hadn't heard yet.
I can,
Yeah. So we're doing research to figure out what those words are, how they correlate with each other, and how they fit in so that normal people can understand what they mean.
if you have the UPBs you want to spend, I can craft medications and stuff like stim packs.
I don't have
Yeah.
any of that for the store
If
for
you
the
have all
ship
the
right
things,
now.
I
I
can
don't
make
know
the
what we were
drugs.
given when we. What?
He's just making it. Shh, I didn't mean drugs. I meant actual helpful things. But
Sure
I
he
can also
did.
do drugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I checked out. How you doing?
So as for the Tempests, as for the ship's UPBs and credits, we don't have any because we didn't talk about that.
Captain?
I can let you retroactively part some off that you sent with the Tempest. That's not a problem.
I was going to say, and Captain, I came with some of my own UPBs. I like to make stuff too. I made this bracelet.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it is so amazing.
Stop.
You know what I would really love to get? Some selenium. That would be so amazing to make jewelry with.
God.
How much
Chris, I love it.
in UPBs and credits did we go with?
Yeah, Chris, that'd be a question for you because I don't know how many UPBs you have in you guys' discussion anyway.
I'm sorry. I was doing silly stuff. I need to find out how many are in the ship. Where are my... Almost there, guys.
Girl, quit. Get your life together.
But I don't wanna.
Sorry, it's just my stupid mouthy dog.
Don't make me get my life together. Leaving my life a mess is like the one semblance of control I have left.
Hell yes, it is controlled chaos.
Because I want it.
This fucking bitch dog is not controlled chaos. She's just chaos.
Finally.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone. computer difficulties.
You're good.
They are a thing.
There it is. All right. Let's see. You are a science ship. I want you to be very Robin Hood. So let's say 9,000 UPBs.
Okay.
Hmm. So you might put that on the Tempest's like inventory or cargo bay or something, so you can keep track of it there.
Already done.
I am removing
All right.
them from the
Awesome.
actual inventory.
And credits, if any.
Oh, you want credits too? I don't know if I like you that much.
Otherwise, we're just going to
9,000
start making money
9,000 UPBs is still 9,000 credits as well.
here. Okay. All right, then I
Yeah,
guess.
And
well,
if
Mahala,
you're making medicine where you're going, you can flip the medicine for a profit.
Well, I was just about to say, Mahala, you volunteered yourself to start making shit to sell. Perfect.
Well,
Probably
actually, Dr. Bear should make it because he's so much better than I am.
Guess what?
I
You can
can't
both
even
do your
compare.
own making things together. Wow.
Okay.
It's almost
I
like
can
you
make
both have time.
serums of
Of
Shek,
course, sir.
Tech
Whatever you
shift,
want.
you know. People want to go a little crazy. Serums of hibernation if you really just want to take a long nap. Serums of healing, appearance change. Any serum I can just make that.
Well, and we're
Under
in the
level 11.
Marixa Republic. Do we know if there's any like outbreaks or they said not to sell weapons. So I mean, selling life is way better than weapons.
Hey, Mahala. I give
Yes,
you
sir.
discretion to figure this out. Okay? Great.
Yes, sir. Whatever you'd like.
And Twinkle's just like, I'm just trying to get rid of this person.
Well, right now, we've got other shit to attend to as well. I
Right.
mean, I've got a
Yes,
whole
sir. Whatever you
page-
want to do.
A whole page. I mean, no. It's important, good stuff. It's just stuff that's not on Twinkle's mind right now. Because
What do you need to get to, sir? Because as far as it was going, I was just trying to roll with it.
Oh, no. So we need to talk to Tomic.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna need to get
That's
some
true.
ears in this city because we need to figure out what's actually going on with the Paperleaf Tea Trading Company.
Okay.
I had already talked about wanting to see what we could dig up on the company that's actually doing the restoration. Maybe that's a dead end. Maybe it leads somewhere. Who knows? We need to probably start thinking about a way of getting into the place we're not allowed. I forget where that's called.
The library.
The system
No.
that Sensorgus is in.
Yes.
Then?
Yeah. That system. So you draw. Orgo mentioned a Black Ops station in that part of space.
He mentioned that there was a lot of. He mentioned that no, the Black Ops station was in a completely different system.
Was it?
He was, yeah. He was talking about his experiences with Drow elves and Netch Sidara and whatnot.
Right.
Because he's you guys were talking, and that was a conversation that came up because of a Special Agent Ristal Meffel and his search for spies and what have you. You were like, if you're looking for Drow spies, why would you put a Drow in charge of that? Well, because he probably would be able to ferret them out better. That's kind of what
I
that
thought
was.
it was mildly racist, but I just went with it.
Right. Well, I mean, there's no love lost between the orcs and the Drow. A lot of orcs were enslaved by Drow for a long time, and they still serve as second-class citizens on Aposte in the Pact worlds. But the Netch Sidarns are supposed to be super traditional, which means they likely keep slaves of all types.
And I was confused about the mildly racist comment.
The idea of it takes a Drow to catch a Drow.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
I was like, Twinkle I don't think did anything bad that time.
No,
Um,
it
I
was
have something.
Rogo, and I was explaining why Rogo would feel that way, would have
Gotcha.
that display that sort of like attitude.
Right. I have here written apostate. I don't remember why.
Apostate.
Yeah.
Apostate is where it's the planet that the Drow elves have in the Pact Worlds, and the
Oh,
Drow
that's
elves of
right.
the Pact Worlds. The Drow elves of the Pact Worlds are they're more or less law abiding. They're still considered pretty shifty, and as far as and people still suspect that they do shit under the table that they're not supposed to, but for the most part, they are surprisingly, solid signatories to the Pact Worlds. Um, right now, there's a bit of contrast between them and what you know so far about the Nech Sadaran Drow.
Yep. Okay. We also need to start using the thing we paid for, the combat training facility. So I'm probably going to put Rogo. No, not Rogo. Well, yeah, Rogo will start run. Was it him that had
Rogo was
expressed?
the one that asked. Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So I'm talking out of character at this point. So
Yeah.
we'll put him on that. When you had mentioned that that Ristel was suspicious of our surveying sensors because they're powerful. And originally he didn't have anything to worry about, but if he's worried about, if he's actually worried about us spying with them, maybe it's time to make those fears founded. What do you think, Mahala?
Captain, I think this is a place where currently we aren't bad guys. And if we don't have to be bad guys, we shouldn't probably be bad guys.
So we sit on our asses until the day of the gala?
Well,
no, absolutely not, sir. We should definitely get out and try to make friends with some bad people.
All right, I'm just
having bad people as
call
friends
a fucking
is not
meeting.
the same
all right,
as being bad.
Just having
yes,
just having you and I talk about this is not getting us anywhere.
Where are you going to have this meeting? Everybody meet you for this meeting.
In the heck, everybody, including Slan and Isaki and Bazik.
Okay, because we always have it in the heck, and you are Yusakai, sir. Where are we when we're in the heck?
Bazik and Isaki will show up anyway because they're following Xander.
I'm confused about the question.
Whenever I was using the heck for, things to do, it was always somewhere on the Adari, for example. Like, a couple of times it was the temple, and another time it was just the red square.
What holographic background are you using, if any?
Twinkle doesn't care. He'll let Mahala pick.
Okay, it's just a regular meeting room with chairs and a table.
That sounds like something Mahala would pick.
Well, she's in the middle of the table.
So, I'm assuming Xander and Oliver messages that there's going to be a meeting in the heck.
Yeah. They all should have got it when they heard the Power Rangers theme.
Yeah.
Right.
That was an everybody text.
So, yeah, you guys get the message that you guys are meeting in the holographic entertainment center.
Okay. He's organizing the stuff. Looks at his phone. Is like, really, right now? Okay, whatever. And go.
Yeah. I think your crew kind of gathers, some of whom are probably already there when you get there, because some might have actually been closer than you to where it's at for you when you made the call. Xander, Oliver, are either you particularly early or particularly late?
Not
Probably
purposely.
be a little. Might be a little because I got to reorganize everything so that nobody touches anything, put stuff away, and lock the door. But leave my research alone, buttheads. and then make it there.
What packed world are we in?
You're not in the Pact Worlds right now. You're in the Marixa Republic.
Oh, Marex Republic. Okay, never mind.
Yep.
Because I can also make packed world serums, so it's like, ooh. All right.
So,
Yeah, I just show up because I'm already on the ship, so I just arrive at the meeting time.
yeah, all right. So you guys are kind of find yourselves in the holographic entertainment center.
Captain,
Oh.
everyone has finally arrived.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a couple of days before our. Well, we're going to have access to what we came here to do. So we're going to have to find some things to do in the meanwhile. Mahala and I have been talking, and we think one of those things that can be done is starting to, well, start to build a little bit of a treasury here. One of the ways we think that may be done is through the selling of medical supplies. Now, to have those medical supplies on hand, we have to make them. Oliver, what do you need to make that done? Just access to UPBs or...
Correct.
So give me, those of you who have culture checks, give me a culture check here.
Do you want me to make another one, sir, or is the one I made already okay?
Holy shit. Well,
For those of you that have culture, we all have culture, good sir.
all of you are well aware that as far as the legal status, and maybe this is something that was probably in like the information that Special Agent Meffel gave you, as far as it goes, you guys don't carry any particular licenses within the Marixa Republic to do
Ooh.
business as such, so you're going to have to apply for licenses to do things like selling things and whatnot. As near as you can tell, there is an office for that, and it costs most licenses cost 100 credits. The complication here is your legal status, because you're probably considered representative of Patella and the government thereof. The question is, will they allow you to do anything legally? Will they even allow you to buy permits? Because they're expecting that they'll probably sanction you guys the same way that the Pact Worlds did. Doesn't mean that individuals may not like or dislike you, and you don't have any criminal record here, but it may be that that's sort of the Pact Worlds is asserting soft power here. The Marixa Republic wants to be like them, so
What if we apply for what if we apply for like a scientific license to do so because we're here as a scientific team?
Or
you guys
y'all
also
are pirate.
Yep.
You could just fucking sell the medical anyway.
Right.
On the
Fuck
black
'em.
market.
We have stealthy people that can find people that will buy it from us.
Oh, yeah.
That is true. And not only that, but if we only do a 10% markup, we'll still make profit and we'll still be the corner on the market because everyone will want to buy it from us.
What happened to not being the bad guys if we don't have to be, Mahala?
Well, spiritually, I heard a voice and it said, "We are space pirates, Captain." And
Nope.
I was like, "Well, yeah, I guess we are space pirates."
No, we would be only selling good, wholehearted serums that would be helping people. Right.
Right, they
Listen.
definitely would not be cut.
Now, if it
Yes,
was
ma'am.
requested.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're
Let's say, Ashir, you're playing Rex, so you could be in on this.
Could I?
no.
Or wait, no, Amy's playing Rex now, huh?
Okay, I'm
Well,
just chilling then.
Either way, Rec 17 is with Shaba.
I was gonna say,
That's
Rick's not
true.
here.
Who's there?
Rex Tolak. And
Oh no, she should be Dyden if she's gonna be one of those two.
There's Dyden Losif, there's Rex Tolak, there's Rogo, Iski
and
Beth
Rogo's just a
Foil,
soldier. He's
so,
pretty cool.
yeah. Rogo's an orc with a big axe.
Ooh, yeah, you can just smash stuff.
But they trying to think
Anyway.
who else do you guys have over there? It seems like you had somebody, one or two of the other NPCs over there.
Well, while we're
Maybe I'm
talking,
thinking of somebody that should have been there or something. I don't know.
I was gonna say he
Yeah.
lost 3 people, and that's how he gained Tolax and Diden. All right,
Well,
so we got to get off this ship soon because I'm staying in character when I shouldn't.
yeah. So
I love it.
so you guys are discussing making some money by selling some stuff on the black market.
I was gonna say the easiest thing for us to make would be MK2 serums of healing. The profit wouldn't be that much, like I said, but we would definitely sell out pretty fast.
Well, now if we're selling on the black market, we don't care about being what we
How
sell. I can
how
make other things.
Oh,
however,
that's true.
there's also a possibility you guys have, if you guys expect you're going to be here for like a week, anybody with a profession skill can choose to practice that profession,
And make like
and
40
make some money
credits.
and make a few
I-
credits.
The profession skill is stupid and bad at high levels, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Really? How does it work?
Well, basically,
Oh, go
you
ahead.
roll on your profession skill, and you can make. And for you could use medicine, the doctor thing. You won't make like he said, you won't make a ton of money off of
You'll
it.
make
but
like 80
makes
credits
some.
at your level, I think. Like it's
You
like
know,
in the 85 range or something like that. It's not very good. I try and
but
bring on credits
Yeah,
in small jobs.
it's for a week of work, you earn credits equal to double your profession skill check result. Yeah, max I could get would be 41 at a nat 20.
Okay, we need to add a strip club because me and Vesica and Nurk's got to make some money. We got to go shopping.
oh god,
We got shit to do.
Wow.
I don't give a shit. I'll work it. Give me some credits.
Yeah, it's not worth it
Go.
spending a week.
Vesa and I'll get up there and tag team Sugar.
Now, I
wow,
think what might actually make sense
that just fell apart right there.
if it was double your roll times your level, or something like that, or like your roll times your level, maybe not double your roll times your level. Because at level 11, a couple thousand credits is like 3 Mark 3 healer.
We
serums
can
of
make
healing.
our own strip bar.
All right.
Yeah, we can.
Fuck yeah, we can.
We
We'll make
could,
so much
but we don't have
legit
time
money.
for that.
Shut up. We need legit money.
Mm-hmm.
but
You
The,
could use diplomatic titties to your advantage.
We'll call it Pirate Cove.
Jesus.
Home
Wow,
of
it just
diplomatic
became a different
titties.
kind of strip club.
Diplomatic
that's all I'm saying.
titties.
Well, so
Wow,
You guys-
Shaba's just going to go into piracy.
Shaba's gonna be the manager. What do you mean?
She's gonna be the bouncer.
She gets to choose what drugs get in there.
wow.
Fucking
Sorry.
madam.
I'm just here's the reason I bring it up. Just in general, not necessarily the strip club idea. The reason I bring it up is because there's all this talk, and I'm like, I like weird shops. I don't get to go shopping. I can't really afford to go shopping, but I like to buy weird shit. Hence why we had the goat. For so
The
long.
most expensive item on the whole ships.
Yeah.
No
And
kidding.
but when I bought it, it was like 10 credits. We've edited
was
it. But my point is, there's no we either need to find a planet that has like a little shopping center that has a bunch of different weird stores that we can just disappear to, and then when we come
That's where you
back,
found the
they're
goat.
like, "Where did you go?" And we're like, "Nowhere." And we're trying to hide the things we bought, and they're like, "Show us what you got." We didn't get anything. What do you mean? I want that interaction. Like, I want us to have a place where we run
Yes.
away and we get in trouble for going
Yes. Yes.
spend the money.
100%.
But we have to have money to spend. So I'm gonna need you to think about this.
So
I got
back to the
I'm on
heck
it.
and the
Amy's on it.
normal
All right.
Yeah.
gameplay.
let's drag the scene back to where the scene actually
I'm
is.
sorry.
In other words, we're
Twinkle.
going to need someone to be. Well, Rogo, you're going to start running people through the combat simulations.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Yeah,
Xander, please find us more information on what we should be looking for in this library. Wherever you find that information, please just make it happen.
Yeah, I've got that to run down. I got this other thing that's kind of personal that I'm going to run down, get information about that, figure that out. Then I got
Rex,
that to run
yeah.
down.
You know
Make
that
that
we're for
perfect.
Android rides, correct?
what?
That's it. He knows that we're down with Android rights and stuff, right? I mean, Zai's always had a premise for it. I just didn't know if Xander specifically knew. Because, he was like, I'm going to be secretive.
Well, Android
And that's
abolitionists
fine. I just wanted
probably
him to
wouldn't.
know.
Android abolitionists probably wouldn't want him leaking, talking about. It's up to him whether he's going to talk about it or not. But I don't think it's
Well,
one of those
no,
things
I
where
just wanted to make sure that he knew that the Fire Shrike is down with androids being real people.
It better be.
well, you've got enough SROs and androids.
Listen, you can't trust a synth.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Sid will have you know. You can trust me anytime.
Dyden,
Wouldn't
do you
you-
need anything while we're here in port before, well, inevitably we
Sid was
go
never
into the
in Diamond
wild
City.
blue yonder?
Exactly.
Not that I know
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, I don't think Dyden necessarily needs anything at the moment.
Okay.
I think she's probably just she's still like Dyden herself is probably still like not really super sociable with everybody because you guys rescued them. Like Rex Tolak is the only person who has shared experience with her for the most part because the Dyden Losif you guys met likely wasn't even the real Dyden Losif. Actually, you confirmed was never the real Dyden Losif, the one you guys met a long time ago. This
Right.
one, she's like, I have been abducted, frozen, and like put in stasis for a long time, and there's one other person that happened to, and now I'm on a spaceship full of people who are terrorists
Bad
and
people.
pirates, and they're all kinds of different aliens, and I don't. Last I knew, I was supposed to go be a miner, work in a mine. Now I'm on this ship. So
Sometimes I like to pretend that she's a scared Jodie Foster.
she sort of like mostly associates with Rex, but at this point she's just kind of like, yeah, she doesn't have a whole lot to say.
She does her job, so.
Yeah, essentially.
All right. Rex, if we are going to be selling black market drugs, well, we're going to have to find a place or people to sell it to without attracting
How many
unwanted
days
attention.
do we have before the gala?
That's a good question. How many days do we have before the gala?
Just like a day or two, if that. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, sir, if we have 48 hours, I'm pretty sure that I can find the local riffraff if we go bar hopping.
Well, you can do that. Rex, I guess you're coming with me when we're going to go talk to Tomic.
Oh, crap, sir. I forgot about that. Let's do
Nope,
that first.
it's fine.
I said I'd do that.
No, I'm going to need you on. Gonna need you on finding those people. They better be reliable. And we can't get caught because Ristal is breathing down our neck because of that bay, jerking his thumb towards, down the hall towards the
synthesis
sensor.
bay?
Yeah, surveying sensors.
The sensor bay,
yeah. Yeah, jerking his thumb towards the sensor bay. That currently
The sensor
inactive
system bay where we keep all the sensors. And we don't let them out.
What the hell?
That bay, which is
I've been
currently
rolling like
inactive and not
Twinkle
used
all
by
day.
anybody, is still going to have him giving this ship the stink eye. We need to find a way to, avoid that. I'd rather not be kicked off planet or worse, arrested. Okay, what next? Anybody not have something that they can be doing right now?
Mr. Bear.
I thought I was going to be making the drugs.
Oh, yeah, if I'm there, I can also help make the drugs faster. So there's lots of stuff that I need to be doing.
I can do it alone.
That is true, sir.
And
So-
to make like medicine, normally you need mysticism, whereas I don't have to have mysticism because of my class.
Well, I
Yep.
have mysticism.
I was gonna say she's a biohacker as well.
Oh, okay. As long, if you're a biohacker, then you just need life science or physical science.
Yeah, yeah,
With
she's
Yeah,
amazing.
well, I got it
Mahala's
all.
multi-class, so yeah,
Oh.
Mahala is multi-class.
Yeah, mine only works as an advanced med kit, but that's why I'm the nurse and you're the doctor.
Yep.
Oh.
mhm.
I also like the fact that my nurse uniform fits and I fit inside your pocket. It's hilarious.
No, give me the scalpel. You just scamper out of my pocket.
Run down your arm, put it in your hand.
That's
Holding
concerning.
it over her head.
So let's
Running.
I had full on like memories of Puppet Master suddenly.
That's an awesome movie. I'm glad you had memories.
He's fucking running around with a shark.
I was actually more imagining it like the gingerbread man from Shrek running with a scalpel, but
Oh god.
All right, being that I have research to do, I get up and leave the room and go back to my room and finish my research.
all right.
all right. Good job, Xander.
If you're going to go looking around to see if anybody knows anything here, you might want to to get anything further than what you've already got from your computer and your notes already. You're gonna have to go do some footwork and investigation.
That was why I made a computer and a culture check, sir.
Well, you're
He's talking to Xander.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, Xander.
yep. mhm.
I don't know. I think I'm pretty much at the end of the road for the whole sifter until we get to the library. Don't know who to go talk to make sure. I don't know. I'm kind of concerned to figure out what the lineage is with this whole loyalty line. I want to like get a
Do you
whole
have any
pattern of that.
friends
Well-
on planet?
I was gonna say, considering you didn't tell any of us
Say
about
that's-
that, if you ask Twinkle for free reign on a personal project, there's not going to be any pushback. This is a science vessel. It's going to
Well,
happen that somebody's going to want to just deal with something that they don't want to explain, and that's fine as long as nobody's killed.
Well, and that's why I was asking about a cultural, because the cultural would cover, it'll take time to dig up if you know anybody around here that might know. But that cultural role could be like, oh, okay, well,
Technically,
maybe
I can
somebody.
take 20. I can take 20 on a culture roll, so that would end up being like a 37
Okay,
because I have that class ability that lets me take 20 on it.
all right. Or you take it. Bazik and Iski will follow you around, and they get a few. They get a few looks. You're fairly certain that you're fairly certain that they're not. They make a fairly intimidating set of bodyguards. At least Bazik does. But Isaki is directly like in step with you. And you do manage to find a professor of like a professor of history that specializes in history about synthetics and what have you, synthetic peoples. And he himself is not a synthetic. He's, I think he's probably a Lashunta. Actually, I know he's a Lashunta. We'll call him.
Zach Brannigan.
Let's see. His name is Kafeli. And Kafeli, like maybe you're like, and Kafeli's office it's not far from the library itself, because he does a lot of research and whatnot. But like his office is cluttered. He effectively, you catch him in his classroom, and because his courses are so niche or what have you, he never has classes that are like number more than 5 people. and most of them are often, synthetic life forms or those who are devoted to the study thereof. Um, but maybe you kind of get him as he's sort of get dismissing class. It's like, and he's got like a little workshop area where like he kind of talks about various this is and that's, and it's like kind of letting them go. And we'll talk about the polemic next. I'll want your detailed papers on the polemic next week. Remember that I want to focus. I want each of you to focus on a specific industry in which the rights of androids coming to pass, the rights of synthetic life forms coming to pass, had a major impact. I need a broad overview, a structural analysis of how this affected industry over the course of the following 3 decades. And I need it juxtaposed with how those industries are faring today, with the emphasis on the androids, the liberation of androids instead of synthetic life forms, then and now. And like maybe there's a group of students, like they kind of get up, like walk by. There's a few like and there's like 3 of them today. They're just kind of as they get up, like maybe a couple of them are having a conversation about what the polemic means to them, and and what have you. And they're sort of excited about, like, one of them seems to be taking on like what it meant for the the starship fuel sort of like industry, and the other one is talking about like what it meant for like commercial industries that produce consumer goods, and they're debating over whether that's too broad or whether he needs to get more specific. But as you're kind of like walking in, like Caffelli kind of looks over. It's like, ah, uh, Professor Xander. I thought you'd left the Marixa Republic some time ago. I'm glad to see that you're still around. And he's kind of
Yeah, I got distracted with other things. I was wondering if I could peruse your brain for a minute about a specific subject, um, lineage, perhaps. I'm kind of working here to map out the lineage of a specific family to figure out where they are at this point, and if you had any information towards that in a specific family.
goes, well, maybe. What specific are you looking for? What
Well,
are the
there's
details?
there's a family, a loyalty line family that exists, and I just kind of wanted to follow that line for them and see where the different people in that family heritage is in the loyalty family.
Loyalty. And any relationship to any does this have anything to do with that bounty hunter, Loyalty Dash Zero?
I get a kind of a puzzled face because I don't have a clue who that person is, but like,
Ooh.
It's like,
not 100% sure who that is.
so that's the only loyalty line that is famous enough for me to know specifically. But let's look into the history here. I think I have a section on my understanding is that Loyalty Dash Zero is one of the few loyalty line androids out there remaining. Most of those chassis most of those frames were destroyed a long time ago. Well, at least that's what they say. And he kind of goes over to like a group of like a bookshelf with several physical books, and he goes, and he kind of looks at it, and he's like, And he pulls out a data pad, and he kind of searches through it for a minute. And he goes, and he kind of looks around at the filing system that he's using, um, the Z decimal system, and he kind of looks around, and he goes to a specific spot, and he pulls out a book, He kind of opens it, takes it over to a table, opens it up, looks at it, and he kind of like and and he kind of motions you over. He's like flips through it and he goes, and he goes back to his data pad, flips through a few screens, and he goes, and kind of looks and he goes, it says here that the loyalty line came out of came from sometime pre-gap, and some indicators say that they may have been farther back than that. Little is known about the loyalty line, although they were present for the incidents, the events that led up to the androids polemic. They it seems that there was a cultural shift. They were with the polemic, the movement for that was based off the polemic, but they were sort of a subset or subgroup. It seems like there was they kind of kept to themselves. There was hints that they had some greater purpose beyond what was said. And some claim that they traced their origins back to farther than pre-gap, to a time that's completely unknown. They there was a great deal about the the Digisoul Society. They were they seem to have a very specific subset. This Digisoul Society that was above and beyond the android abolitionists or the android freedom movement. The though they seem to have studied esoteric matters. From what I'm gathering here, a number of them were destroyed, and it was thought all but one or two of them were destroyed. But there is significant evidence that suggests that more than a few of them simply changed their designation or adopted different namesakes and moved on, fading into the background with the greater population of androids. Nothing can be confirmed, but there are a number of noteworthy figures and side figures from that era that appear to have been from the loyalty line that simply disappeared from view. There's no hard record of when they chose to leave their shells, or violent deaths, or who might have taken up residence in those shells. A great deal of questions about it. But near as I can tell, there was speaking that the purpose that they spoke of. There was often some hint that they were keeping some secret. And there's even an indication or two that there was a rift between members of this particular of the loyalty line. There was some disagreement over the secret itself, is what the common prevalent theory is, though there is no evidence to back this up. Why the sudden interest in the loyalty line?
Oh, I've run across a little bit in some of my other research, and it like referenced the loyalty line and learn more about them. In understanding of, they broke off from their original programming, and I wanted to see if there was any still around to talk to understand the history of it, just as a personal research indication. It's always good to be informed. um there does pop my question: if loyalty dash zero is the only one still available, do you have any knowledge of where he was last seen recently?
I couldn't tell you. He's a bounty hunter. That's all I really know about him. Rather famous. He's brought in some pretty famous marks over the years. But current whereabouts, couldn't tell you. But he'd be the only one I can think of off the top of my head. There's rumors that Loyalty 1 still exists, but most people consider that conspiracy theories. Strangely enough, and this is weird considering the fact that the number doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense, but there's rumors that there is a Loyalty 42 that used to work that used to work as a scientist for Vitari Tech, maybe? I could be wrong. But those are the only 3 examples that I can think of that anybody has said are still around. Other than that, you're probably looking for individuals who have changed their identities, modified their chassis to be unrecognizable.
Yeah, and that's a harder process to track that down. That's always fun trying to do it that way. That gives me some information to go somewhere to figure out to make an adequate paper to do the full line and history of them, so I can make an effective historical document about this particular family. If anybody seems to be interested, like update what you have and make an actual legitimate book that shows the full history of it, is my general thought.
He says, the library might have a little bit more information for you, but I'm not sure how much while it's closed down. The says, and he's like, anytime I can help. And this is anytime I can help a fellow scholar of the synthetic life form experience. He says it's a pleasure as always, but I have I have a game at in a couple of hours with with the dean. Honestly, I'm
She's fun.
just trying to convince her to give me a little bit more money for research, some research grants. You know how it is, trying to get money from the top end. I mean, we haven't exactly brought in a lot of donations lately, so he, he kind of shrugs. He's like, anyway, I hope that's helpful. If I find anything else, I'll forward it along. And I think Isaki is probably like, it is like, as you're leaving, she's probably like, how does this help us find the sifter?
Well, the library's not open at the moment, so shut the fuck up.
She just kind of looks at you. She just looks at you and she goes,
Yeah.
she's like, you may come to regret that one day.
Oh, does she
Somewhere,
just
somewhere, Captain Twinkle's ears twitch. He goes, I feel like giving Xander a commendation
Yeah,
for some reason.
yes.
What do you think, Mom?
He's like,
I smell a
she's like-
promotion.
yeah. But as you guys are kind of wandering back, Oliver, you are just in your lab doing your thing, and nobody seems to be bothering you at the moment. I mean, you hear from the combat training facility down the way a few, some noise here and there, but nobody seems to be bothering you in your lab.
I shudder. Combat
You just-
training.
um,
Yeah, I mean,
But-
should. Oh wait, I guess we still haven't decided if we're gonna make and sell serums. So I'm gonna
Well,
keep
I think
Yeah.
Even if we don't end up selling them, just having them on hand. Well, I don't know what their shelf life is, but
Well, serums are they're
Yeah,
regular
they'll be-
serums.
I was gonna say,
they'll
yeah,
keep.
even if we don't end up selling them, having them is a good thing.
How many Mark IIs would you like? I can make Mark IIIs, but they're really expensive for what they do.
How much does say 1,000 UPB let you make?
2 Mark IIs.
That's it, really? Wow.
Yeah. So technically, the most cost-effective are Mark 1s.
Okay.
For a 1d8 hit point, they only cost 50. The Mark IIs are 3d8 hit points for 425. It's
The problem with
2.5
the
times the cost.
The
But
mechanical problem with that is that at your
actions.
levels, when you take damage, you're taking more than a D8, and
Yeah.
a D8 may be occasionally what saves you in a pinch, but by and large, trying to counteract the damage being done by the opponent you'll face now with,
Exactly.
serums of healing 1, you're just digging a hole into your.
Yeah.
You're digging a hole in dry sand with a plastic spoon.
Yelp.
Consider,
But these are to
consider though.
sell.
Yeah,
Do the mark-
consider these are to be sold.
Yeah,
And
to sell.
imagine a shop that's getting these things, right?
No,
Like
no.
they might just
I-
need something like Jerry got his leg caught in a fucking piece of engineering, you know.
Right. And that's
Yeah.
that's what I was talking about. Like the fact that he was talking about, even if we can't sell them, we can use them. Like,
Mhm.
well, using
Okay. I
wounds,
missed
yeah,
that. My bad.
yeah. And it's like,
Yeah.
In
but
that
either
case,
way, it's whatever you
take,
guys want to do.
2,000 UPBs, make 4. We'll sell
Okay.
what we can sell.
Okay.
I am
So-
taking. What's up?
850.
Captain, do you want me
1700.
to try and do this? I have worked a lot of different jobs in my short time on the universe. I have the grifter quality.
Huh?
Well,
Yes,
depends.
grifter
Can you
is
do
good for
this
selling.
and then? Well, I was going to say if you have the time to do both, that's great.
What does
Yeah.
Grifter do?
It gives you the ability to get 10% better deals, along with work different jobs.
Oh, for selling. Okay. Well, I mean, I
Yeah.
can make them then. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No,
then-
you
well,
definitely
I was
need
gonna
to
say
make some.
that was I think
You
that was
are
the
gonna need to
agreement with
find somebody-
Mahala in the first place that she would try and find somewhere to get these sold. So
Oh yeah. So
works.
like
You
the,
do.
what's that?
So you're gonna have to find black markets. Do you have anybody with the outlaw or space pirate background?
Yes, his name is Twinkle Bailey.
Twinkle, then you're the one that can probably find that shit easier because you get a -5 DC to find shit like that.
Oh,
Not only
even
that, but didn't we make
let's see.
culture
You're-
checks to like find leads and stuff already?
Let's see here. I get. Your. Let's see here. Well connected. Reduce the DC of culture checks to recall knowledge about criminal underworld by 5. Sleight of hand is a class skill. Blah blah blah. Yes.
Okay, so it's
By the
Eh.
way, if somebody does get caught, I do have legal corruption as a theme, which means we'll be paying a whole shitload of money to get people out of jail. It's between 500 to 10,000 credits times my character level. Or it just says your character level. So
Yeesh.
yeah, so let's not, but if we have to. So. Yep.
But the earlier cultural checks, to answer your question, was to find out that that you have to have licenses to sell shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the earlier culture check. And Xander took 20 on 1 to be able to find somebody to give him more information on the loyalty line.
Oh, and Oliver,
Yes.
I gave you 2,000 credits. Whatever is how much is left over of that?
300.
Take 150. We'll put the other 150 back in the crew fund.
Okay. All right. So
He just got a neg-
I put 150 back into the crew fund as
There we go.
well, as my debt is negative 250, so I'm not at a debt of 100.
Oh, no. That's payment for taking the time to do this. Don't
I
worry.
know, but I gotta
Mahala's
pay it
going to
back.
get a cut too, so.
No, I mean I owe because I had to take a loan out.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
He had the captain loan shark.
I-
You're not the only one the captain loan sharked.
I had 200. I only have 250, so that takes me down to just 100 in debt, and that's easily taken care of later.
Okay. So.
Commodore
Alright.
Commodore Volvetto has loan sharked both of you. So
Well, yeah, you probably
And
explain the
Burnward.
situation, and Twinkle goes, "Damn it, he got you too."
And Burnward.
Wait,
And-
what?
Burnward is still into me for $5,000.
Yes, Burnward is into Zai for 5 grand, which means that probably just the next time he gets paid, he doesn't get paid.
So
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, Twinkle, I think. Well, all right. Since we do, it makes more sense thinking about it. Yeah. Mahala, you are probably going to go with Twinkle to get these sold, and then we'll go hit up Tomic.
Atomics.
I think it's just Tomic.
yeah, it's Tomic Frickson.
Alright. Atomic.
Yeah.
Either way, we
Atom
can go
bomb,
see
baby,
that guy.
he's
Yeah.
an atom bomb.
So
Sorry.
I want to cut. So I want to cut over real quick to the Blue Ember, because you guys are still over there on the Adari, and I think what you're looking at here is, first of all, Captain, did you have? You said you had a particular scene you needed with somebody. Is that true, or is that with somebody that's not here with you?
Well, no. What I needed to see Auntie. That was what I was trying to do.
And
All right,
Burnward is going with him as his personal honor guard.
right.
We're gonna allow this for right now, but Tixpit is my shadow. But Tixpit, you stay on board the ship.
Oh no, Tixpit can go too. Burnward just is
No,
like, you're the
no.
man who writes my checks.
There's such a thing as a presence, and then there's too much. We're on the Adari. I don't need 5 guards right now.
Fair.
Um,
All right,
Well-
Tixpit, keep everyone safe. Keep them safe. I will.
so fine.
I'm not James. James is the best Tixpit.
Yes, just safe. Uh-huh.
Yes,
It's
keep them
James.
safe. Make happy.
All right.
Shoot
So-
it. Come on board.
Doyen Barasal Nadarin Alar, your aunt, does see you. She's kind of like she's got the ambassador as well. She's like,
We do the ceremony.
yeah, and she's like, your visit with the Adada has been arranged. What did you find? I assume everything went smoothly in the Vescarium.
Nothing ever goes smoothly with me, Auntie. You know that. But I do have a couple of questions I'd like to ask you before you have to kick me off.
She sighs heavy. She's like, fine, what do you need?
I need to know if you know anything about this sifter, and I show her what data we have. I throw it up on the hologram. It looks pretty cool.
She looks at you and
Qualu made lots of graphs.
yeah, she kind of looks at you. She looks at the information. She's like, nothing I've ever heard anything about.
Would it be okay if I perused our scientists before I go to see if they know anything?
She's like, she's like, you're welcome to ask, but I don't know that they know anything either. Then she's like,
I
This seem-
understand, but I have to turn over all the stones.
she's like, and your other question?
Oh, what is the scientist type that studies new alien species?
Xenobiologist.
Yeah. I
Or
need to see
xenologist,
our
yeah.
xenobiologist. I have a award of great power that is currently in a coma, and I need their help.
She's like,
She's the closest thing you'll probably ever have to a niece.
she's like, one second. You can ask and see if someone is willing to take a look.
Mm. That should be easily enough done when they see just a scratch of the data.
Um, they
Her power output could level a small planet at this point.
let's see. You know,
Do you want me to diplomatize with her?
no, but I think it
Go ahead.
it boils down to when you get right down to it, like, and I think basically the going to the scholars, they really, the only thing any one of them can tell you is that the last time they heard any reference to anything like this was in the hold on, I gotta turn this page over. Just gotta write this down. Was some explorers came back and said something about like ancient artifacts and mentioned something. They were from a system called the. Let me see. Uh, damn it. The Acadian cluster. It's a bit away. It's kind of out there It's kind of out there, quite a ways away. Relatively new discovery. If but as far as anything of this with this sort of level of ancient or obscurity, mm, the Acadian cluster is the only place I've heard anything coming with anything like this so
Okay,
recently.
remind me, is that's not in packed space?
Nope, it's in near
Is it
space,
in? I was
but
gonna
only
say, is
barely.
it
It's
in?
only in near space, but only barely. And just
Okay, so it's
remember,
not quite where Planet Xi is.
no,
Okay.
remember near. And just a quick remember, that's the Tabori cluster. That's a completely different
Mm,
cluster entirely. The
just making sure.
they and a reminder as far as astronomical distance is concerned, near space and vast are less a measure of physical distance and more a measure of whether or not there are drift beacons to get you there or other
Ooh,
manners of transport.
that reminds me. Thank you for bringing that up. Uh,
Hmm.
what religion is it that makes drift beacons?
That's triunes.
Right? There's Triune on the Adari, right?
I don't know. I don't. There probably are some triune warriors, but nothing major religion. A major. This is more the Kasathans tend to worship Talavet more, the storyteller.
I understand.
There's probably something for Triune here, but it's not like a faith type place.
All right, so no one-stop shopping here. Got it. But we're
Yeah.
trying. We're trying to get a whole bunch of stuff done before they kick me out.
And
Go ahead.
as far as the bio the Xeno Seeker biotechnicians and whatnot, they anytime any of you try to get into the room that she's in, that Melanie is in, going in there, you are swept. There are currents of energy and that make it difficult to be there for any length of time. And anything that wasn't previously nailed down before tends to be swirling in the air with all the energy. And they kind of look at you and go, I don't know what the fuck you've got going on there, but that's actually
Where
probably be
would
more
you
fun.
suggest that I go find out?
I do not know where the fuck. I have no idea. This is well beyond our comprehension.
Right. Man, it's
Like
too bad there's not a new Sharu fucking planet somewhere close.
Well, boss, you know that I hate to say it, but after picking through our known entities list on the ship, Maybe Talit'll know something. He's got an entire fucking science colony.
That is true. Thank you for bringing that up. I actually mentioned that to someone earlier.
Yeah, Burnward just nods and
You're
is
fucking
like,
awesome, Burnward.
yeah, Burnward just
Um,
nods and goes, yo me a beer now. With a
Talk to
grin,
Nurk.
of
She makes
course.
the best beer.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Huh.
So we are in the Pact Worlds. Let's send him a message, right? He gave us that like special band to send it on, like 10,000
Right.
years ago.
Yeah, it won't. I mean, it's not going to reach him any faster, but than a normal
No,
message
but
would. But it will go directly
since
to him.
let's have it be for him to meet us on Broken Rock in how much longer you guys do you think we'll be here? Let's give it 3 days easy because I know that things take time.
Right.
So let's say in a week.
All right.
Now let's make it 2 weeks because that'll give it time to get wherever it needs to go. And we'll send it out in all the 5 directions with our fastest ships.
All right.
And
Vesa,
those ones won't be at our wedding. Go ahead,
Alright.
Vesa.
Vesa and Ashira, you guys are out doing weird curio shopping and what have you. And as you guys
Oh.
are out doing weird curio shopping, um, Ashira, you run into somebody you haven't seen in quite a long time. A Tarami Swift. She's a forlorn elf, and for those of you who don't know, forlorn elves aren't actually forlorn and depressed. They're just what the elves of Salvirian call the elves that don't go to that don't that decide to live among other races instead of drop back to Salvirian. Long enough that they have developed into their own sub race essentially. The but Tarami, you met her, when you were working on legitimate freighters in your early career, like your really early career. And Tarami kind of walks by and she's like, kind of looks at you. She's like, Ashira?
Hello?
She's like, I haven't seen you in, God, what has it been, 2, 3 years almost?
I don't know. I died a couple times.
So I heard. She's like, what are you doing on the Adari? I thought you and your crew were outlaws in this system, criminals, subject to arrest.
No.
Diplomatic immunity. You have a
Yeah.
paper with you.
Here's my paper.
Well, it's on your comms or whatever, but still.
Here's
Right.
my
Who carries
paper.
paper in the future?
She's like, what? She kind of looks at it and she's like, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a very long time. It's like, what have you? She's like, where are you off to now? I mean, it sounds like you're with a fire Shrike. What are they even doing? I thought they had a planet. Were you settling there? Is there? What
I mean,
is?
we have a planet, and there are other
We bought a zoo.
ideas. We bought a zoo. We did not buy a zoo. We
Well,
I mean,
you
you have
could
a bear.
call a strip club a zoo.
Oh my god. And
We
I'm
kinda
actually
bought a zoo.
I'm throwing around a couple ideas for, a shop or two. I don't know, we'll see.
A
Hi,
shop?
I'm Vesa. Who are you?
She, oh, she's like, I'm Tarami Swiftwing. I worked with Ashira on a freighter. We were part of the tech crew. It was one of the larger freighters, a bulk freighter, doing a lot of shipping in those days. I'm afraid.
Neat.
Sounds sketchy as fuck.
She's like, yeah, she's like, there was And Ashira, it was a normal job. It was like one of those deals where it was like, you might have even been a little bored with it, but because it was basically basic work. It was not the life of an adventurer at that point. And she's like, have you, and she kind of looks around. She's like, Vesa, it's good to meet you. it's, she's like, did you, she's like, so I'm basically here because I was going to meet up with a couple of friends. Whereas, there's talk of some of us, the Acadian cluster, where there's talk of going in that direction, or some of the nearby clusters. There's some of us are thinking about setting up a very different homeland, one that's a little less, well, a little less racist. And because maybe this is a subject of conversation that has come up with the two of you, like you
Vesa,
clearly.
I think we found our workers.
I mean, I was thinking too. I was like, how do you feel
Oh,
about taking your top off? I don't say that out loud.
Please do. Just be like, how do you feel about taking your top? What?
They can run one of the weird ass shops or something.
Yeah.
That the women in this game are the ones who are always talking about strip clubs and shit like that. What is this
Right.
shit?
Yes.
The only
you know what?
person that
I'm
ever brings up
all about
porn is
equal
Ashira.
opportunity. I'm
Yeah,
all about
why
equal
is it the
opportunity.
females? What's wrong
This
with you
is
guys?
a family
broken?
stream. Drugs,
This is
okay.
not.
Violence, excellent. Sexual content,
Swearing.
I don't want to get
Guys.
banned by Twitch, damn it.
That's
You're not
true,
going to
that's
get
true.
banned because we have a stripper or strip club that we can't even show on Twitch because we don't have a picture of it. It's fine.
I'm joking.
I mean, we're
mean,
gonna get a picture.
So,
I'm gonna make a
considering
picture.
God damn
that,
it.
Mike, you probably need to watch Sundays. Just
I think-
saying.
I
Dance
need-
is always better when the
I need a
strippers cry.
diplomatic titties emote for my channel, okay?
Hey, blame
I'm
Gary, Mike.
on top of it. I'll help you
Blame
out.
Gary.
I got you, friend.
I think
Oh,
Tarami.
I don't know how to
guys.
fix them, but
I
I
think
always do,
Tarami's
Gunner.
response here. I think Tarami's response. She's like, "Have you heard of the new Quest Redeemers? The new Quest
Tell us
Redemption
about it.
Project?"
Sounds
She's
like,
like-
I don't know.
Sounds like a cult. Tell us more.
Yeah, we want to
she's
know.
she's like, well, it's not a cult. It's a project.
That's
no,
exactly what a cult would
it's
say.
what we're talking. It's exactly what we're. You're not here. It's exactly
I'm
what
sorry.
it's exactly what I was just talking about. Where a group of us are trying to make a place for elves and other people who are that have a respect for nature, but a open enough mind to see past the physical differences that we may share with our fellow inhabitants of the universe.
I love it. Do you have a location? Because we've got the place for you.
Oh my
Well,
god.
we have a few places scouted out. That's what I'm going to meet with my friends about. We're going to discuss our plans for colonies, for colonization,
Oh
and
my
and what have you.
god. Amy.
Just Planet Patella. It might be good for you. We'd really love to see you guys there. We're very open-minded as well, and there's lots of work to be done.
And she kind of smiles and she's like, "I'm
I'm
not the decision." She's like, "I'm not exactly the decision maker on the project. However,
Has to go.
perhaps perhaps once we get ourselves established a little bit better, we can open a line of communication with your people."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's like,
Shoot over my
Martha.
contact information. I'm going to shoot over Ashira's contact information. And I'm going to be like, contact us anytime. It was really nice to meet you. Ashira, wasn't it so nice to see your friend again? And I'm like elbowing her.
yeah.
Wow.
Aren't they the bad hippie elves, right?
And she
Are
basically
they?
like, well, she's like, she sends you like as soon as you give her the information, she sends you like this information pamphlet packet, you know, that's basically all about the new Quest Redemption project, the new Quest Redeemers, and it really, really speaks to like it treats the subject matter like it's the responsibility of all elves to help heal the divisions between race and species. That it's that there's a certain level of like passive aggressive condemnation towards Severian. Um, and there's sort of like there's this sort of feeling of we can make it better because we're elves and we like people and
Oh,
other people are good, but as elves it's our moral responsibility to find the good in people.
that's when I'm gonna ask her how she feels about taking her top off.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she just kind of looks at
I was
you
gonna say,
like
at the very least, you should sense motive.
I was
she
gonna
Oh,
say.
can I
chuckles.
try?
Yeah, you can attempt a sense motive. That's fine.
Bitch has a savior complex, and I don't like it. And I'm gonna change my number. Not as sure as though. I'm sorry, friend. I don't know where my sense motive is. There it is.
It's in-
It's under
Mhm.
S.
It's under
Get
S.
it, and then I get,
Oh, nice.
and then I get a
That was
number.
sort of like a one.
1D. Is it a 1d6 plus 2?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a 28. Like,
So
how much of a god complex do they have?
So, Ashira, maybe it seems to you like you've kind of heard this sort of spiel before. You've talked to a few forlorn elves. The Silverians call them forlorn because they believe that they'd have to be forlorn to choose, some other existence or whatever. But really, they tend to be actually pretty friendly as far as elves go. Seeing past seeing past like the traditional racial differences.
Do they still
Um,
wear masks?
so no, they do not. To some, like yeah, they're much more open. They're not the. However, the they're not well trusted by Severian society, and this is probably a big cultural rift. You were able to
Mm.
bridge the gap because you were breathing into the mic
Yeah, we
card.
can
So
hear you breathing. And while
Sorry.
this is some sensual ASMR,
the
Well, we've
but
asked
I
people to.
apologize.
there is the but that's as far as you get. Basically, you get a little bit more. Whatever this new Quest Redemption project is, she's really into it, and it does remind you of sort of the sort of like cult like mentality that like rich folk get sometimes, that when they start feeling like they're really well about themselves, that we have the privilege to be better, so let's be better. But you know, you don't doubt that there may be some weird traditions or something under the surface that isn't quite as happy go cheery as this Tarami is putting off. Um, so
Oh.
she's speaking the good, and she's a true believer, but it's that weird kind of, yeah, I've met people like this. They usually have some weird fucking shit going on that they don't talk about with anybody outside of their group, you know.
Telepathically
Sundays-
hit Ashira and be like, "Girl, I'm sorry. I
On
need to
Sundays, we
give
lick
her
each
your
other's
number
feet.
too."
I'm
She a
saying
hot
maybe,
mess.
Oh
and
boy.
Ashira, maybe this is the kind of thing you're used to from Tarami. She's kind of always spoken like this to a certain extent, but she's a little bit extra today.
It happened.
Yeah.
It
Your
happens.
friend's gonna be a sacrifice to some bad Kool-Aid later.
So
No.
No, take her clothes. Good
um,
look at Shabba to, keep that bitch in line. Right.
But you got but yeah,
Did you
it's
find
kind
any
of
pre-gap stuff when you were shopping?
nothing pre-gap, but
Yeah.
you do find a number of weird little curios that cost you maybe 20 to 40, credits, depending on how much you want to spend on weird curios for your room.
I want to buy a bunch of rings. And I don't care if they're all costume jewelry. Like I just want them
Okay.
like big and gaudy, and I want them on every finger. And I'm gonna walk around pretending like they're brass knucks.
Oh boy.
That's all fine till you hit someone and break your hand.
It's true.
Uh,
It's true.
but
So
yeah,
Pork
much for
chops
your
with
traveling
us.
companion, Ashira.
But we could mod those with the gloves that I currently wear, and I could make you some bejeweled gauntlets out of them. It wouldn't change
I
like
love it.
the damage or anything. They'd just be pretty.
by
I
the
love
way,
it. I love everything about it.
Ashira, well, both of you really, animal companions. Vesa, I'm guessing you probably have yours on the list, but Ashira,
Yeah.
you still have an empathnid, a little emotional support spider somewhere.
He's on my shoulder.
We
You got him
did
with you
have
today?
He's on my shoulder.
All right, cool.
A leash, but I've also got a bag I'll stick him in, and I've already snorted twice, so he's definitely present.
I love that. But yeah, you kind of you get the like she basically takes her leave at this point. She's like, "Oh, it's look at the time. I've got to go. I got to meet the meet." She's like, hold on. Ugh. She's like, "Call me sometime. We'll be in touch." She's like, and like as she's hurrying off.
It's not suspicious.
Not at
Yeah.
all. Sketchy ass bitch.
Well, it looks like I mean, it kind of does look. This looks like she's actually just in a hurry. Just
Hey.
like, oh, I'm in a hurry.
So
You
I have a
know.
question.
Yeah.
Do standard Galarian like pets exist? Like dogs existed on Galarian. Would they exist in Starfinder?
I'm gonna say
would.
only in a mutated form that's not actually a dog.
Damn.
That's not an actual dog.
What is this
Canine type species.
Right. What is this universe's equivalent of a dog?
Ooh, I know that one, but I don't remember what page it's on. at the
Actually
beginning.
they do have like laser wolves, the Tashtari.
Yeah, that was it.
Laser wolf.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
they
cool.
shoot lasers
It
out of
kind
their
of looks
muzzle.
like a hellhound.
The Tashtari, yeah.
You can look if you're looking for a picture. I believe they're in Alien Archive 2, maybe. If I'm not mistaken, 2 or 3.
Damn, they look cool.
Yeah, you can get one of those as an animal companion.
Hell yeah.
Just
Alright.
remember the feet. Just remember to look up the feet progressions and stuff because you can't just have them run around and attack unless you have the
Right.
stuff, and then you got to worry about action economy. But
We're slowly turning Plu into a Beastmaster. We're gonna have to
but
get
you
another one.
but as far as it goes, there are a couple of animal companions that give just basic bonuses without you having to know how to do all the animal handling stuff. For example, Ashira's empathnid, she doesn't have to be able to know how to tell it to do anything. As long as it's with her in her space, she gets, I think it's like a +2 bonus to fear saving throws versus fear effects.
Yeah.
Just for that.
I just want to have Burn Ward have a dog on ship. I don't even want like combat ability or anything. Burn Ward just needs a humanizing element.
So sweet.
Give me a sec. I think I know the perfect thing for you.
But they're alternately, we can work together to come up with a dog-like creature that is not specifically an Earth dog type thing or Galorian dog.
Sure, and I don't want to take up more time. We can talk about this later.
So I think but yeah, you have that strange encounter with your old friend Tarami, and you pick up, I don't know, however many credits worth of weird curios for your room and what have you. And I think
To
there's
purchase, I would also
huh?
like to purchase a shrunken head. It doesn't have to be real, just a shrunken head with hair. And I just want to hang it on a keyring.
I think you need to go to a culture that's a little bit more brutal than the Kasathans for that.
Oh, okay.
um, the Kasathans,
Bangles.
Kasathans are great warriors and they respect the soldier and Solarian like abilities, but ultimately they romanticize their honor like a knight would. They're like, there are certain rules you have to follow in terms of, doing it the right way, quote unquote. Um,
You
but
we all know how to do it the same way, and
mm,
learning a new way is considered a dick move.
so
In
um,
bird culture, this is considered a dick move.
in
Yes, it was kind of there, wasn't it?
but I think the last scene we're at 10:46. I think our last major scene here, unless any of you guys need a specific scene here.
Ashira and I need to call Zai and ask for money.
All right, Zai, you get a phone call.
Do, do, do,
Do,
do,
do,
do,
do, do,
do. Hi, I'm Zai. What do you want?
Hi,
Hello,
I'm
this is
Vesa.
Zai.
This
What's
is
up?
Ashira. Oh, fuck.
Sure, you got to say stuff when you
Hello.
say
I'm
that.
sorry, what?
Hi, I'm
Oh,
Vesa, and
really?
this is Ashira, and she's gonna hold the phone towards Ashira's face.
I don't want it.
I wave.
Okay. Okay. Listen, we
We.
need 20,000 credits
Yes.
because we
How
would
high
very
are
much
you?
like to. Not
hear us
at
out,
all
hear us
right
out.
now, surprisingly.
Yeah, hear
It's
us
so
out,
good.
hear us
Okay.
out.
So we need to open up a strip club and we need to find people for the strip club. And then we can have a membership for the strip club. And we've already worked it all out. So listen,
Worked it all out.
here's what we should do. Yes,
Foolproof
it's
idea.
great. We're gonna call it Diplomatic Titties. We also want to open up a shopping center called Pirate Cove. It's amazing. So it's find diplomatic titties at Pirate Cove. You can even put it on Planet Kneecap. So we could have Keepers of the Secret play secret shows, and then you'd have to have a membership to get the details on when they show up. So we automatically get money that comes in. It'd be
Yeah.
49 credits a month. The membership would include 49 whole credits, nothing.
I
10%
mute
off
my
house
side
drinks
of the
from.
conversation.
Listen.
Yeah,
Okay, but
I
keep
look
going.
at Zai just with
I
this
just-
look of like, what the fuck are they talking about? Kind of look.
I just
like,
want
this,
to.
like,
No kidding. Shai would be
I
doing the same thing.
I just want to say that is a Princess Beam level of train of thought.
Listen.
Oh,
Princess Bean, I'll put a poster of that bitch in my room. I don't care.
hey Zai, if you want me to be the guy
long
who
live
says,
Princess Bean.
I look at Zai and I'm like, hey, if you want me to be the one who says no, I'll do it for a beer.
No!
No.
No,
Alright, so why?
and while you're still.
We're trying to get
we're
legitimate,
no.
constant
You like see
credits
my
coming
mouth
in.
moving on the other side, talking to Burnward, but you don't hear anything because I'm
Yeah.
muted. And I'm like, no, watch how I'm gonna handle this. And I turn
He's
back
not
and I
fucking
unmute,
listening
and I'm
to
like,
us.
all right, so I completely think this is a great idea.
Okay,
And
but
as soon as we retire to Planet Kneecap, we will do that. But until then,
But
you can just keep doing what we're doing. And then I hang up.
he ignored us!
Hold on. Right as he hangs up, you hear the start of Burnward actually laughing. Like,
I feel
okay,
I am hurt.
this was a lot of work, and I didn't even get to get it all out. Which, by
even
the
listen.
way, stream, here's the goddamn membership details. 10% off of house drinks from 2 p.m. to 6. You get
Calls
one free
me
lap
back.
dance per month, no touching, and based on availability. Info on super secret pop-up keepers of the secret shows, and you get one free t-shirt for 49 credits a month.
Yep.
It was fucking
Wow.
planned out, and Zai hung the fuck up.
Call her
That,
back.
Right.
hold on,
So,
hold on.
actually-
I'm calling him back.
If I may say,
I
this
have
is
a question as a player. What were you
Yes.
calling Twinkle about?
Oh, see how you were. I just wanted to say hi, but you're not in
Oh.
system, so I can't say
Okay. I was like,
Yeah.
was she trying to call Twinkle to beg for money?
Okay, what was
about
Mike
this?
saying?
yeah. If I may say, this feels extraordinarily like the classic meme of buying a chicken farm and retiring in the D&D game, but for this universe.
We just want to have a backup plan for credits.
We
Right,
have-
and also a place to
Alright,
go
so
hang out.
Let me explain the economy of Zai. There's all
Oh,
that
boy.
shit that's going on Patella, right? We are fucking definitely making a profit off the Jesuit at the very least. Then we have all our unforeseen and our skittermanders and all those other fuckers doing side jobs for us that pay for themselves while still promoting our own agenda. We are
Looks
working
at empty
cash like a
pockets. I'm not getting
motherfucker.
paid.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, and somehow we're still kind of
Oh
broke.
wait, you were sick
We're
the last
broke as
time.
fuck.
No, you have 4,500 credits because you were sick. You should have money. I swear I put your money down. Go look.
Oh shit, we've got money. We could do it our goddamn selves. I've got 11,000 credits. How much money do you got? Fuck Zai and those motherfuckers. We can do it
That's
our
not
goddamn
enough.
selves.
That's not enough. It's not enough.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
not.
Actually, right
So
now,
follow
Give
up.
y'all's pennies and you can make it yourself.
Listen,
From
just
all the
call him
different
back.
jobs.
Tell him he was being very rude.
Okay, I'm not gonna do that because he gave me like hard labor last time. I did anything that made him mad, so you get to call him back, and I'm gonna call you.
I'm calling him.
do it.
We're on three-way. Three-way. Captain.
It's always you. It's always you. All right, I answer because it's you this time and not her.
You hear
And I'm
tail
like,
end of Burn Ward finishing
when-
laughing.
when yeah, when you call and I answer, I go, "How serious are you about this?"
Legitimately serious.
Like
Super
I said,
duper
it
serious.
sounds like a great idea. Now, I pay you. What happens to all your money?
I don't
Spent it on
spend it because
bangles.
No, I spent it on bangles. Body painting. No, I didn't spend it. I have it. I have 6,000 credits to my name. It's not much, okay? That's why I don't spend it.
6,000
Oh.
credits is a lot in this universe.
Listen,
You're gonna
I
look
mean, it's
over
not
at
like I
Ashira and be like,
retire
"Do you
money,
need
but
money?"
still.
listen. I'm gonna send you our 90-page. No, I'm just kidding. our
business plan.
Our business plan. Yeah, I'm gonna send you our
Keep
business plan. You're gonna fucking read it
Okay.
because God damn it, I don't ask for shit.
What?
I don't.
You were
re-
the
I honestly don't think I
neediest
do.
person on my
No, the
entire
fuck I'm not.
ship.
I
Not
need
me.
coffee. Oh my god, how much do we spend on
really.
coffee?
All right. Hang on. Let me do something for you, dear.
Oh god.
I love you, but let's just look at this. And I send you about 386 like requests for you to not be a dick because
What?
everyone is either afraid of you and won't say anything, or you're oblivious to the fact that they're extra lovey-dovey to you while they're trying to kiss your butt.
Can they stop? Because
Literally,
it's creepy.
everyone
I would
walks
prefer
on
you all hate me.
eggshells because you are a grump ass.
What
You
was the
need to
guy's
smoke more
name that we all
Hyperleaf
hate?
and drink more gin.
What was the guy's name that we all
No.
hate? That's not with us
Oh,
anymore.
hang on.
Oshni? No.
Prosoff?
No. Yes, pros off. Listen, it could be worse.
No, you're not Prosoff. Prosoff
I
had
can
some
be. That's my
charm with
point.
other people.
Ouch.
Yeah,
All
no,
right,
actually,
so-
Burn Ward kind of like spits out a little of his drink as he hears that. Like, he knows who ProSoft is, and he's like, "Excuse me."
Woman, I
He's
love you. I would take bullets for you, and I have. But you are also a pain in my ass because you tend to be a grump ass with people that can't handle it.
Listen,
I
it's not my
been-
fault they're all made of fucking vaginas.
Hi, so I'm going to interject. What does this have to do with the business plan? And I'm still here.
Listen, you're missing the point. We're trying to make legitimate money for us to have a
Yes.
back cushion. Listen, for us to have a back
And-
cushion for the whole crew in case shit happens. And we can be like, no, we're legitimate business owners. We're not just pirates. And
Here's the
you're
thing.
like, no, we're gonna
None of
go
you-
fucking pirate shit.
None of you
One
can
more thing.
Here's a couple things. None of you can legitimately own any businesses within the Pact Worlds because you're sanctioned here. And the Vescarium, the Vescarium is questionable. They haven't sanctioned you guys. The Marixa Republic probably will sanction you. So
Listen, there are ways to get around that. There are ways to get around that.
Right. And to be fair, she might be a fucking, like, dickwad. I'm delightful. So it's like yin and yang, and it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
So
Alright,
salt and pepper.
Guys, we got this. It's
As
fine.
they said,
Can we please have some money?
you already have money.
we don't have. Okay, how much do you have?
We need more money.
11,000,
I've
she
got-
said. That's
Yeah,
17,000
I've got
so far.
11,000.
If we get like 6 more jobs, she'll have enough to start a brothel for boys.
I don't.
Brothel
not-
for girls. What are you talking about?
We're not starting a brothel.
No, sorry, a brothel with boys. I'm sorry. This
I did. I burped brothel.
This is
Chippendales in
really
space.
wrong.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. It just came out of burp. Brothel.
I'm glad they're girls. All right, so let's get back. As far as this goes, guys, I am down with you guys having a backup plan, and you
But
can
we
send
have
me
to do
all
it
of
ourselves.
No, I will invest, but not all of it.
That's
All right,
fine.
so you have
We
a
just need
backup
20,000
investor,
from
a
you.
silent partner.
No. So how
I
much
don't have
would you?
20,000 for
No,
you right now.
listen. How much would you
Oh.
invest?
Yes.
Enough.
Okay, but I need to know how much of the percent you're getting, because you're not getting 100 of it if you're not doing 100. So this was
I'll
going to
take
be an
5%.
all-person. You'll take 5%.
There you go.
Okay, that's
So-
See,
acceptable.
you don't even
5%
feel
is
violated
an
now.
acceptable number.
Write it
5%.
down.
Great.
Remember it. I promise. When we get to make your Chippendales bar and like
It's
casino,
not Chippendales. I'm.
It's kind of, it's
just
whatever.
send me your plan.
It's already sent. Sent it again.
I just got it.
And I think
You
our
think?
I think our last scene here
Oh my
is
god.
going to be back with Shaba here. And Shaba
Thank goodness.
is we see
Yes.
Shaba basically on Broken Rock shopping. And there's a couple of things that happen within this scene here real quick. First of all, you have the Alien Archive 3, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So you are
he's
capable
the
of putting together your stuff on paper
Yeah.
from the rules back there. Okay. And we see Shaba talking to somebody who has a whole who's got standing in front of their ship, and maybe we kind of see just a little bit up the cargo ramp a number of what look like animals in cages and what have you. And Shaba is buying something here. You want to describe what this looks like and how much you're paying for whatever level you're buying this at?
Well, what Shaba is buying, what her people call are desert drakes. Basically, they are from the sunny side of Versace, if you like the heat.
Uh-huh.
And it basically is a dragon.
Yay!
Yeah, Brian.
It's a, it's not a,
how much are you gonna break Shaba?
it's not, it's not like a true full-on dragon of the effect of being like massive with big breath weapons and things like that. It's a large-sized creature, and
Yeah.
it's got a few abilities. It does have a
I
breath
was gonna
weapon,
say it's a
but it's
wyvern without a
Also
scorpion tail,
bites.
right?
It bites
It-
and scratches very hard.
Yeah, it does.
Hmm.
And this is a baby.
are you
It starts at level 7.
so what? How much are you paying? You're paying like for a level 7 then, or
5,400.
5,400? Yeah. So you
Hmm.
Shaba rake over some hand a cred stick over, and like the people pull, and like a crew, crew of workers, kind of pull off pull this cage down, like it's on like a hover, like sort of deal and whatnot, and like there's like a, we'll deliver it to your ship
Oh, there was
post
only one.
haste.
She doesn't get to pick.
It's they they're
Sorry.
pirates. These are pirates who are dealing in exotic animals they stole from somebody. They don't exactly have a selection. They have a selection of different kinds. They don't have like a selection of like, besides Shaba will kind of narratively get to say what this sort of like, the sort of individual markings are. But we'll also have to pay to level it up when it gets leveled up, when it levels up and
Oh,
what
yeah.
have you. Yeah. But yeah, wheeling past, and maybe this is like, several hours have passed, and there is a word reaches you that there has been an attempt on Captain Zeridan's life.
Motherfuckers.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Here?
On Broken Rock. Yep.
That person's gonna be in a whole lot of pain.
They're definitely going to be in a whole lot of pain.
Well, if they're not dead already.
I'll just make sure they're dead.
You can make enemies of the Pact Worlds and not get killed. You don't make enemies of Broken Rock and not get killed.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, one follows a legal code, the other follows a completely different kind of code.
And it's, well, you fucked up.
Yeah. And I think that's like, yeah, and maybe it's one of those deals where like, as they're like, getting your Drake like carted, moving and whatnot, like maybe there's a couple of a couple of pirates running towards sort of like the council chambers or whatever. Like there's a and somebody like stop, and the guy that sold you the Drake is like, hey, what's going on? It's like, there's been an attempt on Captain Zeridan's life. What? Who would
Counselor.
attempt? Who would make an attempt on the councilman, on a free captain council member's life? I don't know,
Here
sir.
on Broken Rock.
Here on Broken Rock. Yeah, exactly. He's like, that's a pretty ballsy move. Who would be that? It's like, I don't know. And like, there's a, there's a like, and maybe we kind of like get Shaba's reaction shot from that. Like, what's the look on Shaba's face as we fade out?
She's pissed.
Yeah, it's just like, ooh, like somebody just tried to fucking kill my friend. Right on.
Yeah.
All right. So, with that said, I believe that's it for tonight. So, if you guys want to start sending me your Player's Choice Awards, and we will get started on sign off. Who wants to? Let's start off with Xander. Xander found some cool stuff tonight.
Hold on, I gotta find my notes because apparently I have mental issues. Scott, Psych, whatever. I played Xander, and yeah. So waiting on the chance to go to the library, I decided to look into personal research thing, find out about some Android people, and I don't know. Everybody says I know this person, but I don't think I did because I decided to get on the wrong ship at the wrong time and not go. So I never met that person. Yeah. So then he'll have to do other research. Okay, what else are we in? Wednesday, we got instruments where I play knight. That's gonna be cool. Wait, I lost my train of thought. Right, just got back from space. Mouthed off to some weird dude that can copy powers, and that's all I remember. Oh no, we took a bunch of prisoners and then we blew up the space station. Let's see, and then on Thursday, I played Mikey, and fast cars and clear gyms, and I haven't. There was weird stuff. I don't know. We got body parts mailed to us. Each
Yeah,
of
we
us
did.
got body parts mailed to us, and then somebody broke somebody out of jail. It's a lot of weird stuff, but it's kind of cool. And I don't know where it's going, but it's fun.
To be honest, I don't either. Woo!
Okay, what was that? Thursday? Friday is Ballad of Menagerie, and this is where I got confused. Because on Ballad of Menagerie, I play chess. And chess has actually gotten licenses and put in the orders to have certain license and stuff. In my brain, I thought it was Xander, and I got confused. I was like, no, wait a minute, that was chess, not Xander. Okay, let's keep the game separate. So, chess is actually going legitimate and business interactions and stuff, not the pirate way. That's her plan for this show. Okay, then we have on this every other Saturday, whatever that is, and I think it's this Saturday if I'm correct. But we got Bitter Ends, which is the apocalypse water flood water world. That's the word. Where I play Castiel, who's the dad, and I'm looking forward to get back to that so that we can figure out what in the world we're gonna do with the crazy little child that hates me and the dude that wants to drink and get stabbed.
It's
And
like
then
your own son and Uncle Jerry.
yeah. Okay. Then Sundays I play Fakara. Supposed to play Fakara in Cosmos, but I didn't this I didn't this Sunday because there was personal stuff in my life that I wanted to spend time with my wife. Deal with it. So I didn't see that. So I'm waiting for that to get posted. Then I'll watch it and it'll be up to date. Yay! And that's everything.
Alrighty. I still need Player's Choice Awards from Xander, Twinkle, Zai, and Ashira. And Vesa, why don't you go next on sign off?
Hello, I'm Amy Gedden. Tonight I played Vesa Riven. She wants to open up some shops with her best friend. And that's really the extent of how that went down today, and it was exciting. And maybe Zai will give us money. Please give us money. We need some money. On Saturday nights, I am also in the Bitter Ends. I play Starlight Fingertoes. She's a mechanic who picks up things with her toes. And then on Sundays, I am in the Cosmos, Tales from the Cosmos, where I play two characters, an elf duskwalker named Stella Nightshade, who has a smoking hot girlfriend. Literally, that bitch is on fire. And I'm also Leto, the orc barbarian. She doesn't talk a whole lot. She's a big tank, and I like her a lot. That's me.
Alrighty. And then let's go to Ashira. Why don't you go next? And send me your Player's Choice as well.
I was working on sending you my player's choice, and then I got distracted. Hold on. Okay. Anyway, did the captain go?
No, not yet.
This is not how we do this, Jesta.
Okay,
No,
fine.
he wants you to send your player's choice to him.
I already did.
Okay. Well,
But
then
you
I don't
still
know
go
whose it is.
before me.
I know that.
Well, in that case, Oliver, why don't you go? Because, you're not giving me a hard time.
Haha.
Listen, you knew what this
Just
was.
been that
This
kind
is
of
not
day.
new news.
What up?
Mhm.
I'm Seth.
What up?
I'm gonna go because apparently I'm supposed to go. Yeah, I played Oliver. It was great. We're gonna be making, I guess, legal drugs to sell illegally. But we can always leave the option for illegal drugs to be made if someone requests.
Mm.
You can also catch me on Wednesdays in Dimensions Shadowhound, who, yes, we just blew up a space prison and rescued all the prisoners there who were, some were bad, some were good, but they're all going to join us because they were screwed over by the good people. So hell yeah. And then yeah, I actually had like nothing to do Thursday night, so I listened to Fast Cars and Clear Gyms, and yeah, I got to hear you guys get all the body parts and break that girl out of jail and then beat her in the face and knock her unconscious after she was like, "I'm not telling you," and you're like, "It's your kid, isn't it? That's who they're holding. Well, tell us, and we can save him." Yeah, it was great. Um,
Nice.
and then on Saturdays, every other Saturday, you can catch me as Eon, the Wild Child, who in a post-apocalyptic world, we're the closest you're ever going to get to a nuclear family. And
That was
Nuclear
good.
family.
uh, and then on Sundays, you can catch me as a
You're the
multitude
weird
of
uncle.
characters. No, I'm the kid.
No,
Oh wait,
no, I was talking
yeah,
No,
about
I'm
Michael.
the weird uncle.
yes, the trunk. And on Sundays, you can catch me as a multitude of characters. All my current characters have taken on duties that are going to keep them occupied. Kirik will be not guarding, setting up a ritual to help Erebus. Stilern is going out to the desert to do some exploration, scouting, and prepare a path for the crew for the party to travel. And Amir and Aki will be staying back, probably and defending the portal to the Silver Spire and studying the temples in the local vicinity, which means new characters are on the way. Woo! Yeah, and then that wraps around back to Mondays. So yeah, that's me.
Alrighty. Twinkle, why don't you go next?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cyrus Smith, and today you saw me playing Twinkle Bailey, the very grumpy isekai, who is like, "Look, I don't have time to listen to anything you have to say. Oh, actually, that was a good idea. I'm gonna pretend like it's mine, and then we're gonna do it."
Fine.
I'm
That is
just-
how modern American management structures work.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it's not because Twinkle's necessarily an ass. It's just Reed, me, has no clue what the hell he's doing, and has been given some good ideas, and he's like, "Oh, shit, you're right. I need to do that. Yes." And then somehow, somewhere, there were conversations about a strip club half a world away that interrupt. Oh well. You can also find me on Wednesday in Hench to Mensch, where computer, if you're not listening now, I know you're going to be listening to this later. Don't you dare hurt Celia. Got my eye on you. You can also find me on Thursday, Fast Car Clear Gems, where yes, yeah, raised my hand. I played Joker, the guy that said, "Oh, cool, they kidnapped your kid. Okay, that's my problem because he is not a good person." Yeah. You can also find me on Sunday, where I'm running Tales from the Cosmos, where it's okay. Fagara did some good things. He decided, I'm gonna go make a conservatory. and so immediately started tearing up the cobblestone in one of the rooms to get to the dirt beneath. So there's that. Oh, in addition to, something that should have been, actually, I wasn't expecting it to take the turn it did, but they were trying to banish a pixie, and she succeeded her will save. So we left that scene on a, hey, read the scroll, bibbity bobbity boo, and she's still there.
I was having such a good night, and then you said that, and I remembered that our whole world is fucked.
Oh, hey,
It's fine.
it's going to be so much fun, though.
That's okay,
For
sir.
you.
There's this funny thing about that scroll. If they let Varaklana do it, she would have failed the save.
Ah, damn it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she has a
Yep.
DC at
Well,
what?
Yeah,
This is
same
true.
with
Can't you do it
Keurig had
again?
31 as well. That's what I was
Because
like.
"Ooh."
because they decided to hand it to Margaret because it was like story-wise the most fitting for Margaret to do it because this
Yeah.
lady had been threatening Margaret's family and kidnapping Margaret's family. So oh well, makes for a good story, right?
It will.
That's it for me.
Alrighty. Well, then let's go over to Brian.
Yes, I am Brian. I played Shaba Young tonight, and yeah, she got a little bit more crew. She actually found a native drake from her home planet. Makes her happy and a little homesick. But that's fine. But that all got interrupted when she found out her friend Zerdin got attacked. So now she's actually going to go out and hunt this person down and throw them out the closest airlock. As long as they don't have a spacesuit on and they're not like an android or something. But yeah, they're going out an airlock. Besides that, on Sundays I play Vraklana, a cute little blue cobalt witch that has a cauldron that walks around with her and has a thorny little devil lizard that sits on her shoulder. And yeah, she's only like 2'9", and everybody forgets she's there. But that's okay. That's the way she likes it. Because then all of a sudden out of nowhere something happens. So that. And it's sad to say, but Tuesday game sort of fell through. One of the players had life issues come up, and well, life takes precedence over game. So we're looking to start something else. But we'll talk more about that next week.
Alrighty. Commodore, you ready? Oh, Commodore is having issues.
El Capitan.
That's the one thing. We're in the same building so that I can hear him, he can hear me. Outside of just, here. So, I guess, you want to go next while we wait for Commodore?
I'm back now, but
Oh,
I think
never
1-5 should
mind.
go first.
Yep.
So am I going? Is that what's happening?
Go for it.
Hi.
I didn't realize Mike was away from the
Oh,
thing
it's
when
okay.
he
Oh,
when I
hi,
said
I'm
that.
back. I can go right
No.
now.
Okay, either one of you.
Hello,
ahead,
everybody. My
Win5.
name is Mike, also known as Win5. Get one free, and you've caught me tonight playing Paralictor or ex-Paralictor Burnward, depending on the day that you ask. He spent almost all of his money and is in some severe debt, but he's still trying to buy a dog or some shit like a dog, because, Burnward needs something that understands him. And by understands him, he needs something that he needs to care about, but also can't talk to him, so he doesn't have to listen to its inane bullshit. So that's what Burnward's up to. You can also catch me on Thursdays. This Thursday, I don't think this Thursday we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I don't think Gary can make it, but at the same time, we're gonna do it. We are gonna do. It's back. It's better than ever. It's Project Sivarovo. So we're gonna be back, doing some crazy shit. You guys have no idea. I've been planning. I've been planning ever since we stopped doing it and started doing fast cars. But other Thursdays, you can catch me running Fast Cars Clear Gyms, where I've been doing the opposite of planning. I've just been like, okay, well, this needs to be a thing, so I'll make a little thing for that, and then everything else my players will absolutely destroy because it's a madman, someone who thinks he has plans within plans, and also someone who's competent enough to make those plans within plans happen. So I fucking guess that I'm always going to be on my toes with this group. I'm fine with that. So yeah, you can catch me. So I kind of heard earlier. Is it or is it not this Saturday?
It is. It's
It
this
is.
coming.
Bitter Ends, the Wave World sessions, where I get to play everyone's favorite drunkle, good old Greasy, host of KRUST 6.66, The Crust, the hottest shit that floated to the top of the bathtub. The Crust. Where yeah, still been saying for weeks because it's an every 2-game week and we lost the last session. So I've been saying for 4 weeks that he got stabbed in the stomach and then drank afterwards. And every time I say it, it gets a little bit more sad. But no, I'm super excited for this Saturday. It's gonna be a real fun time, and yeah, crazy shit's going on. If you are currently watching on Twitch, thank you so much. We love you. But also, you should pledge your undying allegiance to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Paradise Theater, because you can rewatch everything and be obedient like the good mind slave you are. Hypnotoad encompasses you all. And if you're currently
Or
watching on
help us
YouTube
come
and
up with like
yeah, right? If you're currently watching on YouTube and you are one of our Hypnotoad mind slaves, then please allow me to entice you to watch us live so you can get that delicious brain nectar straight from the source, as if you were to take a knife to a sappy tree and lick the delicious innards of the tree. I don't know what this metaphor is, but I'm running with it. Catch us at twitch.tv/pair_o_dice_theater. And if you happen to like community interaction, you love the thrilling and fast-paced world of scheduling, and you also love hot memes, you can catch us at Pair Theater on Twitter. My name is Mike, also known as Min5Go, free catch the music projects that I am currently working on, including Sweet Dreams Forever, which is the thing that I released for Valentine's Day, but it was after Valentine's Day by 2 weeks because I was really fucking lazy. At soundcloud.com, look me up, Michael Burley, BURLEY, and that is going to be me.
Awesome. And now it goes to the Commodore.
Hi, tonight I played the Commodore, aka Captain's Eye. I'm a 6'4" Southern, which means I got forearms and I kind of look like Goro. And Monday is my favorite night of the week, even when I get hit up about a strip club that my elf and Lashunta women want to start. And while it's a good idea, it's not necessarily something that we who are trying to save the universe right at the moment should really be like trying to like dip into. I like it as a backup,
sure.
but first we have to save the universe.
I love how you guys
There's
are
a
saying
list.
I love how you guys are saying as a backup in case we fail
what
to
they're
save the
saying.
universe. We're going to. We're just
Listen,
gonna
the universe
Fine.
hates
In
us. We're
what?
evil pirates. Fuck
in
them.
what?
Right.
Don't worry,
So
Xander will make it
we-
to where your strip club just randomly shows up when he has control of the sifter, anyways.
I love it. Oh, can you also install a couple of other things? Because there are thoughts. Like the Barefooted Apothecary Shop, which is going to be ran by Oliver Byrne. Bare-
I may have to kill you all to save the universe later.
We have to call it Bearpothecary, obviously.
And then there's also
All
Zion
right.
Bailey Custom Armament, custom weapons, repairs, and service.
Mm.
I'm sorry.
Blacksmithing done
I
right.
still like Little Shop of whatever the fuck that word is.
Wow.
That's not
Uh,
the
And I
name.
just-
I can't say the word.
All right, so back to it. Tonight's episode was brought to you by Boards, Booze, and Bitches. It's food worth dying over. It was also brought to you by Naughty Nina's, the finest porn emporium in the universe.
Naughty Nina's now with new deals. Have you more holes than just 2? Do
Oh
you have
my
8,
God.
9, 10, or maybe even 15? Well, we can put a vibrator in every single one of them. Now with Naughty Nina's, the modular vibrator kit. On top of that, buy 1, buy 2, and then you get a free set of avocado lube. Check it out. If you want it, then you've seen it over at Naughty Nina's.
In the Pirate Cove.
In the Pirate Cove.
Adidas is in there. Let me write that
You can
down.
come up with your own commercial, Ashira. It's almost your turn. All right, now this is what's important. All right, my friend Amy Gedden and my friend Purple Codex sell T-shirts at tpublic.com. They are the finest T-shirts that you can find from this game, at the very least.
Well, she does.
And you should check them out. Amy is always putting up new stuff, and all of Codex stuff is vintage. So remember, vintage stuff from Purple Codex. With that
And
in
like,
mind,
real
this
quick, mini
commercial
plug.
is so epic. It's been a 2-parter for
Nope.
many
Wait,
seasons.
mini plug.
Teeny
Okay.
tiny mini plug. I also opened up an Etsy shop because I have more control over the money and stuff, so I can like make the prices a whole lot better.
Yeah.
So it's etsy.com/slop shop slop. It's slop. Fucking / techno jungle.
Oh God, that sounds dirty.
Okay,
It is
that's all
so
great.
dirty.
And I will start adding that in from now on.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyway,
The second half of this commercial.
Do you hear it? Do you hear it, Stalker? Deep, deep from the inside. The thrum of it all. The pulsing of the ethics. Do you hear them rippling across the wind, Stalker? You don't. In fact, the wind is dead with a lack of ethics. But lo, here from cresting over mountainside, through fens and swamps, the epic horn of Purple Codex and Amy Geddon merchandise. Hear it and weep, fear for your lives, as the lack of ethics overwhelms you. Feel it course through your bones, through your veins. Purple Codex and Amy Geddon merchandise. Epic, not ethic.
Okay. Listen here, bud. There's a reason I kill him.
Alright. Now, because she got me off topic, it's not quite Purple Codex's turn. Because I also play in the bitter ends as Lemmy Pop Stardust, the rock star that surfs and drinks the day away and rocks all night because he makes more money than everyone. And then doesn't even fuck with it afterwards. He just gives it to his guy. Now on to Purple Codex.
hello.
Say stuff.
Anyway, so I had a brilliant idea, and my friend had a brilliant idea, and we mushed the ideas together, and then we put them on a paper, and we sent him to the boss, and the boss said no, and he's crazy, but it's okay.
The boss did not say no.
The boss said no.
The boss said not now.
But shh. I feel like we have a good idea going here. I feel like we do.
We have a great idea we could do in real life.
I feel like we should. But not in Oklahoma.
No, come to Arizona where no one gives a fuck.
I'm trying to start streaming more. I was gonna stream today. It was about 12 o'clock, and I was like gonna stream some Ark because I did join a new RP server. However, I'm not sure how it's gonna work out, but I'm gonna try to stream it at some point because today I couldn't because I had a mod mismatch and I had to fix that, but it's fine. But so it's very limited. I had forgotten how limited RP Arc is than regular Arc. There's mods, but it's only specific to the theme, and unfortunately, the theme for this one is primitive, which means all stone tools, slow gathering. It's not something I usually find fun, but I'm gonna try it. I just don't make any guarantees that I will stream more of it. But I didn't get a stream because I had, like I said, some technical issues, so I didn't stream today. And then tonight I did this, and then I'm off on Mondays and Tuesdays now,
Yay.
so that's a thing. And 2 to 11 is the worst fucking shift at Walmart ever.
Yes.
It is so long. It feels like 12 hours. It's stupid. Anyway, I love my job. Aside from that, I don't really have any other things. Amy is making all the money because I can't afford to do all that stuff on my shop, sadly.
I am making 0 doll hairs.
Doll hairs.
Please buy our shit.
Please buy our shit.
Come to our show.
Anyway, yep, that's me.
Yay.
Oops.
Jester, I think you were.
Well, that brings it back to me, and a couple things here, real quick here. First of all, don't kid yourself. We work at Walmart. We don't love our job. We just do it because it pays well enough to live off of.
I'm sorry. $11 an hour can suck it. It's not.
You need to come to our store.
It's
We make more money than you.
Okay, it's better than fast food.
I
Okay,
feel like
we'll just do
Kansas
that.
probably pays more.
Yeah.
It still depends. It still depends on what department you're in. We still start at $11 an hour.
Well,
but
my nephew got hired at the Winfield Walmart for
what
16 fucking dollars to work
What
goddamn
department?
fucking deli.
Yeah.
Yep, deli makes that money.
And he's like, all I do is clean. I was like, what the? You're a glorified
Wait.
maid?
Which one's your nephew?
Jacob.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That
I
deli
was like,
does
16?
make. Well,
Yeah.
here's the trade-off. Deli has to fucking take care of a lot more shit than they have to take. Fresh Cap lost an entire fucking department because it's now part of like a department and a partial, because it's now part of what they're responsible for. And this is way off topic.
Yes.
Yeah, we can talk about this after we end.
Let's way off topic. This is not discuss our actual job section, but that
I
was
work
my
at Walmart. I don't care.
That's my fault. Well, it's partly my fault. Secondly, let's do the bookkeeping here. Everybody give yourself 2,500 experience points, and the player's choice today is Ashira. Give yourself another 800 experience points on top of that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I
I
don't
need
know.
a total because my internet is not working right now, and I'm gonna have to do it later unless somebody can add it for me. So,
Oops.
did you hear any of that? Probably not.
3,300.
Yeah, because my stream probably went down 6 or 8 times. So like my internet's shit tonight. I'm lucky Discord Discord actually restarted 3 times. So there were some minutes where I was like, I didn't hear what he said.
Right.
It was all good.
So,
Alright.
2,500 XP.
Yep, for everybody, and then Ashira gets an extra. So, oof. And with that said,
Thank you.
With that said, I am the Just King Zerat, and you can catch me here on Monday nights. Fire Shrike, my favorite group of space terrorists, space pirates, and nerdy wells. You can catch me here on the every other Thursdays for Clay Khan, who does have plans within plans. However, he modifies those plans on the fly quite often as needed. And he was the one that said, whoa, 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 let's not bash this person's face in or kill them. Sure, we set them up and fucked them over, but somebody cut their finger off and they're threatening their kid or kids. So somebody did her even worse. Let's get her on our side. Let's go save the kid. You can also catch me here every other Saturday night, which is this Saturday for the Wave World sessions of our Apocalypse World. That show is just batshit crazy and off the wall. And I have very little idea of where it's going. It's just going. You can also catch me here on, I almost forgot, Friday nights. We didn't do it this last Friday. We have a limited cast on Friday nights for the time being, so it may be a little hit and miss until we beef it up a little bit. But the Ballad of the Menagerie, the other crew that exists within the Fire Shrikes universe that is running around doing all kinds of weird odd jobs for Patella and other assorted parties from the Tabori cluster and surrounding area. And I'm not currently doing anything on Sundays, so but we'll see. And I promise at some point you will be able to see me stream something on, my other channel of Zerat. I just can't say when or where. It's like guerrilla streaming, and not the kind that eats bananas. I don't know. Maybe I don't actually eat bananas while I'm on stream. I think that's a bad form. I don't do it. But
poor Twinkle.
with that said, I don't think I have anything else for tonight. So let's get an R.I.P. Fern and get out of here. R.I.P. Fern.
R.I.P. Fern.